So pattern recognition is on. You can always tell sometimes, like when they request like immediately when the live starts, it's like and
Now,
the tone is off. I don't like it. I don't like it.
yeah,
Don't like it.
I'm trying to be a little more careful with who I let up on my streams. You get some unique characters
Have you
for
had
sure.
situations like that?
Yesterday, when I first started, I had it auto allow people to hop on, and someone came up, and I was like, I wonder who this person can be, because I was trying to do some more chilling chatting.
Right.
It was some dude pulling pork under the blanket,
Oh yeah, you told
so
me.
I had to
Wow.
immediately block him.
What made that
Ever since I
happen?
did followers only, and I approve it,
That's rough.
so
That's like
yeah.
he wasn't just like pantomiming the shit. He was like literally.
No, it was like yoink oink 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 oink. He might have been memeing. He might have just been trolling, but it did not look like trolling. Not enough for me to allow it.
Right. Right.
Um,
What's
yeah.
going on though,
But
brother?
other than that, I'm trying to introduce more themes, more discussion
Yeah, I saw.
points.
I saw in your banner today. I saw like I didn't notice that when I first came in, but
Yeah, we started it, and then me and Umi started conversing, and it went into other topics, and we started talking about employees clapping on the clock, you know. Um, but yeah, the theme today was asking people what's a fear they feel like isn't theirs. Essentially, I saw this clip of these babies in a room, and they put a harmless snake, in with them, and the babies responded with like curiosity. They were playing with it, grabbing it, biting it, and the observation that's made is that that fear wasn't. It's not something people inherit. Because a lot of people are afraid of like snakes, spiders, and stuff. It's not something they inherit. It's something that's taught. Let me try to find music. um, it's something that's taught. So I kind of wanted to see a discussion about what people feel like are some fears that don't belong to them, that were taught to them, that might have helped them at one time, but are now inhibiting them.
right. What I mean when I came up there, you weren't talking about that. So like, did anyone
No,
pop in and like
we did.
actually? Okay, so you just moved past it by the
We
time I
were.
came through.
Yeah, um, like I was talking to Umi, and it kind of went off the rails a little bit. So I'm working on managing conversations too.
Right.
Still new to this, but then she kind of mentioned when we were up there how she's just kind of going through her thing at work or with her
Right.
business. So gave her a little more grace. But yeah, I feel like topics like that could be helpful or productive, especially in a dating or relationship sense, because a lot of things people behave with, especially when it comes to attachments, are responses to fears. So,
Right. 100%. So what you got for me, Playboy?
I just came in to set the tone, get us started.
We
Um,
appreciate it.
I just hopped off my stream, so I don't have any pressing questions for myself. But yeah, um, I'll do the ad. I'll do the ad.
Let's
Guys,
do
if
it.
you like the stream, go ahead and like and share it. If you feel like Coach has given some value to your dating life, just imagine what would happen to the dating pool if more people heard what Marquette has to say. You make that happen every time you like and share it. A couple taps as you make a comment, just reposting it goes a long way. If you have a question, by all means, hop up and request. Just make sure you have your mic muted. Coach will unmute you when he's ready to talk to you. And don't be afraid to shoot your shot in the chat. We just don't do any matchmaking. We're not going to matchmake you, so don't bring your age and what country you're from, any of that bullshit. If you like someone, chop it up with them, shoot your shot. But no matchmaking. Other than that,
Right.
enjoy the show.
Here we go. There we go. Appreciate you, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, people. If you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can request up by hitting the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I will bring you up. Alternatively, you can drop your question in the chat. I will answer it there. But be advised, callers get first priority. Okay? We're on the same page. It really be a show at times, right? We gotta like put some more bread into this or make it like official. Okay. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
one second. All right, thank you. Okay, so I have a question just about my experience so far. So, I know you all said don't go with the age and everything we come up here, but I think that it's relevant. So I am currently 29. I am approaching 30 within a few days at this point. So recently I have been moving very fast throughout these relationships. Like, well, I wouldn't call them relationships, but dating situations where it'll be one thing that I would notice and I would like just kind of drop the situation very quick. So I've noticed that a lot of people, I don't know if this is something that I should probably work on or if it's literally just people, other people. So there'll be a situation where I've noticed that a lot of people don't know how to handle conflict or issues. And it's a really big deal breaker for me where so immediately I let men know, you know, I'm not a person that you can yell at. I'm not the person that, you know, like if you have an issue about something, just come, we can talk about it and that'll just be that.
Right.
So I've noticed that a lot of men are used to like toxic situations, I believe, where they would say something in the moment and then wait a little bit later, say it again then. Or in the moment I've noticed where I don't know, it feel like the voice is getting elevated and just stuff like this where I'm the person that I'm I I barely have an issue with anything because not to sound kind of mean or anything, but I'll be so focused on me where it'd be like, okay, you do you, and however you move, I'm going to be accepting of who you are, and I don't really have a problem with who you are because that's just who you is, and I either like you or I don't, and if I don't like you, then I will just go be with somebody else. That's just kind of how I see it in a way, and I don't know if I'm like if my tolerance at this point is just super low and I'm doing it wrong because I'm like literally like, okay, well, this just don't work for me. I just don't like you. We don't go together well, so I gotta go. Or if I should just be calming down, like sticking with it just a little bit longer and not being so quick to just let everybody go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have certain standards that you communicate at the beginning, and then they eventually, or boundaries rather, and then they eventually cross over those boundaries, and then you cut things off.
Yep, they
Okay.
would, or not all the way fully, but they would kind of get close to it. You know, like it would be, like I said, I don't like the yelling at me. You cannot yell at me at all. But I had a situation recently. This was like a really quick little dating situation where he was, him and I were in a car and he was like explaining himself. And he was like, well, I just don't understand. And it was kind of getting a little loud. It wasn't like he was yelling at me all the way through, but it was just like in a tone where I felt like, all right, I don't want to deal with that because you can't handle like something that was so minor, you know? So in that moment, I said, well, thank you for expressing yourself. And I enjoyed my day with you. And I wish you enjoy the rest of your day. And I left and he was like weird, like knocking at my door. And I'm just like, I don't know why people can't just like leave.
Okay.
Like
Now
I'm at this point where now.
my first immediate question is, what are you doing that's causing people to constantly raise their voice?
So it's not everybody raising their voice. It's because that'll just be one example.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always a raising of a voice. Sometimes it's like the men that I have allowed to know where I stay, they would like come over unannounced, and I'd be like, well, I can't deal with you no more because that's weird. Call me. But it's not that I'm doing something or I don't think I'm doing something. I don't think that matter. I think it's more so about how you communicate with me. Just communicate regular. Just say
I'm with you.
that you got an issue with something.
I
I'm gonna
agree.
hear you.
I agree,
And
but
I'm gonna respect you.
I also need to know what he was yelling at you for.
Okay, so so the issue was at this time, so I had just came out of being a financial advisor, and I was like, I'm gonna switch my career to be a real estate developer. So he decides to take me on this interview, but he was like a couple minutes behind. I don't play about my career. When I say I need you to be here at this time, you say you're gonna be there, just be there, because I really didn't even ask you. So he came, he was a little bit behind. He's flying through traffic. I didn't say nothing. I'm looking through my phone. Do what you got to do. Just don't kill me. That's just how I felt. So after that, he was like, are you going to take the position? And I was like, probably not. And I let it go like that. And he's just like, okay, you just don't want to continue the conversation with me? And I was like, well, you asked me a question. I answered it. I don't think we had to go more into it. So he was like, well, how was the interview? It wasn't something that I'm interested in anymore. I didn't like it. So now I'm already not okay with the interview. I didn't like the people and the company, and I just didn't want to talk. And I expressed that when I first got in the car. I was like, you know what, is not a good fit for me. I'm ready to go home. I let him know. He just kept, I guess, kind of digging, and then it got to a point where I already told you I didn't want to talk about it, and he kept trying to talk about it, so I just, stopped responding. And then he just like, you ignore me? I'm like, all right. When I get home, we'll be done. Because I communicated already. I said the interview was just something that, I don't think I want to work there. That's not a place that I want to spend my time. So whatever. And I really don't want to talk about it right now. That's it.
Okay. Okay. And you specifically said you don't want to talk about it. 'Cause when you first were telling the story, you didn't mention that you didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, when I first got inside of the car, I told him that when I first walked to the car, I said I did not like the way that interview went, and I do not want to talk about it.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, can we go to Smoothie King and go grab us a smoothie?
Okay.
At this point, we was driving for about like 2 minutes, and then he started digging.
Okay.
Kept asking me questions.
Yeah, if you legit say you don't want to talk about it, then there's nothing wrong there. Okay. So what other so that's one boundary, is that you don't want someone yelling at you. You didn't say in this situation that he yelled at you though, based on the way that you described the response.
So because I won't allow it to get there, but his voice became aggressive. Like he was just like, why are you ignoring me? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all women. I said, whoa. It was going there, but I had already shut it down. I said, you know what? Thank you for letting me know that me ignoring you made you feel this way. And I, packed up my things and left and went into the house. I was done with the conversation and with him.
Okay. Okay. How old are you? You say you're 30, right? Going on 30?
Yes.
How long is your longest relationship?
Ooh, 10 years.
10 years?
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been single?
So, I've been single. So here's the thing. So I did 10 years, and then I did another 2 years. So recently, I've been single probably for about 7 months.
How much time passed? How long were you single between the 10-year and 2-year relationship?
About a year.
Okay. Okay. You're 29.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We like high school sweethearts with a 10-year relationship?
Yeah, we known each other since we were like 3.
Okay. Why did that relationship end?
That ended because I outgrew the dynamic of it.
Okay. All right. And why did the 2-year relationship end?
The 2-year relationship ended because kind of similar.
In what way?
So he was 17 years older than me. He wanted a situation where I was like dependent upon him. So I decided to pump a little bit harder in my career. I went back to school,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to invest more into real estate. So financially, I got into like a better situation, and because of that, he wasn't okay with that.
And what way did he express that he wasn't okay with that?
Because he felt as though I was not spending as much time with him, and I wasn't doing the things that I was initially doing. But that was because I didn't want to do those things no more. I felt as though I can get somebody to come in the house and step in to do those things, so I can go out and do what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back and start doing ballet. I love doing ballet, so I wanted to do ballet again, and I wanted to get back into my career.
Okay.
And he was not okay with that. He wanted me to stay home and to continue to watch the kids. However, the income, well, at the time I was calling it my allowance. So my allowance that I was getting from him was not enough for me to be happy enough to do the things that I want to do, for me to pay for my ballet, for me to pay the things I wanted to join piano classes and also do violin. So I couldn't afford to do that, plus keep myself up. Then, I couldn't
So
do that.
what
So I wanted to
what
pump more into my career.
what attracted you to him in the first place?
What are you craving tonight? We were he was his character. He had a phenomenal character, and initially, I was doing very well in my financial advisor career, and he was doing well. So the dynamic was okay until we started to live together. Then he was like, you don't have to really do that. So I calmed down a little bit, but it kind of became a situation where he slowly but surely was like, don't do this, don't do that.
That didn't happen until y'all moved in together.
Yes.
Okay. Um. So you've been single. You've been removed from that relationship from how long?
7 months.
7 months. Okay. And your current problem is you're dating, but a lot of the guys you're dating are not respecting the boundaries that you have. So what other boundaries that you have other than like the yelling thing that you're asserting?
So right now, well, obviously I don't let nobody to my house. Like, we can meet up wherever we want to go. I'm okay with doing that. I do not want nobody to come pick me up and go on no date. I have a car. I can meet you there. I have a kid, so that's another reason why no one can come up over here. I don't spend the night nowhere. Um, I don't do late night conversations, sleeping over on the phone. I don't do all day conversations. I got stuff to do. If you want to meet up, we can go on a date. Uh, Let me see any other ones. As far as like character for the person, well, I'm very structured. I'm the kind of person, I get up at 4 a.m. every single day. So the person, I would just have to be understanding that at a certain time, I don't answer my phone in the morning time. From about like 4 to 5:30, I don't answer the phone, because that's when I'm meditating and stuff like that. And like I said, I like to get up and run and stuff. So another, like, one of my, I guess you would call it like my standard, is for me to be able to do that, and I don't want to be taken up off that path.
Okay. Okay. So how are you meeting the men that you're dating?
They meet me like if I'm running around a neighborhood, they typically meet me. Or if I decide I want to go into the gym, they would meet me there. If I'm like downtown, um, possibly like, scouting for new clients, then they meet me there. They meet me if I'm in a grocery store.
Okay. The last question: how would you describe your type, the men that you go for?
So the men that I allow to give my time to, they're typically, I like a person that is, let me think, structured as well, have your own business going for you, somebody that can that's respectful of my time. Are you saying like physically or?
Anything that comes to mind.
Okay, so you have to be disciplined, because I'm very disciplined. So I'm disciplined and my physique. I'm disciplined in my education, disciplined in my career. So I love a person that's disciplined, that's respectful, because I'm very respectful. I love a person that can be pretty mature. I cannot deal with somebody that's like immature. I don't like people that's like, if you decide you want to go club it, I have no problem with that. Keep in mind, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't curse, I don't have
Okay.
tattoos. So the
Okay.
person would kind of have to resemble me there.
Gotcha. So, um, did you become like strengthen these boundaries over time or cultivate more boundaries over time, become a bit more strict over time? Or has that been, did you have these same boundaries and stuff when you were in your 10-year relationship and your 2-year relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yes, I've always been like this.
Okay. Okay. Well, the main thing that I see here is you are doing the right thing. You just have overcorrected to one extreme, right? So there's some women who don't have any boundaries at all. It's obviously not your problem, right? There's other people that are way too strict, right? You set a very high bar for yourself. And the vibe that I'm getting is that you don't want to do any bending when it comes to it being in a relationship. It's like you have to fit into this exact slot. And if you don't fit into this exact slot, I'm cool on you.
Yes, absolutely.
That ain't how relationships work. It's just not how relationships work. Like
I
part
guess
of
it's because I'm used to a certain dynamic, though.
it ain't how, but it hasn't worked for you though, or else you would still be in those dynamics. So you're trying to replay a relationship that failed twice.
They were two different ones, but okay.
You see what I'm saying though, right? So you say you were used to something, but you don't have any
Mm.
proof that the thing that you're used to works. So you're kind of looking at relationships as like, does it serve you? It's a very egocentric view of relationships. Like, well, if you don't serve me, then I'm out, right? And that's kind of what the West, in our Western society, we're kind of conditioned. All aspects of the Western society is makes us more like narcissistic, not like you're a narcissist. Not what I'm saying. What I mean is you're focused primarily on yourself, and I'm sure your child, right? If the situation does not serve that, you're not you don't want to deal with it, right? But that
Well,
comes from a
yes, I'm very self-centered.
yes, that's the problem because relationships are not about you.
I want somebody that's self-centered.
You want someone that's self-centered.
Yes,
Why do you?
because I what I've realized is when I focus on me, I need them to focus on them,
Yeah,
and
you
we
sound
will
very
find
you
time
sound
that we can be together.
yeah you sound very avoidantly attached. That's like an avoidant attached perspective. Like you do you. I don't want you to need me. I don't want anything. Yeah, Rushi, you're changing your thought process now, right? You was on team team K for a while. You're like you focus on you. I focus on me. And then when it serves, when I feel like it, then we can kind of come together and do the thing. That ain't a relationship, beloved. It's not a relationship. That's why it's not working. You're like, if the moment you make me uncomfortable, the moment I'm like, I'm out. Like even the situation with the guy who you said like kind of racist, he didn't even yell at you yet. You saw that it kind of can go in that direction and you cut it off. You got to give grace to people because people aren't robots. I promise you, you're doing things that people also don't like, and they're probably giving you grace for it because you're a human. You're not perfect. I promise you, this strict thing ain't fun. This whole like, this is me, I'm disciplined. I promise you, that gets annoying. But the people who you've dealt with have probably given you a bit of grace for that, right? That ain't a fun vibe to be around. Someone who's very militant 24/7. Nothing that doesn't sound fun at all or enjoyable, right? But people accept
Wait,
that.
but I'm not
They
like
give
that
grace.
24/7 though.
I hear
So
you.
that's why I make sure. So here's the thing: a lot of times people don't even get up until a certain time. So when I'm getting up at about 4 a.m., everybody within the household. Now this is when I was dating, okay? so I can give you the breakdown so you can kind of understand it a little bit better. And at 4 a.m. when I'm waking up and I'm taking care of me, I have to. So when I'm getting up and I'm meditating and I'm doing my skincare routine and I'm making sure that the house is in order at 4 a.m. and I done worked out already, nobody is even woke. My militariness is dead smack in the morning before anybody done woke up. When everybody done woke up, I done already prepared breakfast for everybody. It's like now I'm able to give to you because my cup I've already full. I filled it so much where I can pour into everybody in that household. So it's not necessarily military or as though I'm being selfish all the time, but I am self-centered because I have to keep me first. I have to keep myself centered. Yes, I'm centered, and I need the person to be centered within themselves. You don't lose yourself within me. You center yourself, just like how I'm gonna center myself. So this way we come together.
So like real quick,
So
the
that's
way real quick, the way you're talking to me right now, if a man was talking to you, you would cut him off because you would say he was yelling. So the situation is, it's not about you being self-centered and being grounded and having your whole routine. There's no problem with that. You getting up at 4 a.m. doing your thing, I clap my hands for you. That's good. That's not a bad thing. But things in excess can be a bad thing. That thing that makes you get up at 4 a.m. and handle yourself, while that's good, it blends into your expectations of other people. So you're holding them to an extremely high standard, right? So it's like, oh, you can't even showcase emotion around me. If you even get a little bit disturbed and I see you starting to become emotional, emotions are starting to work its way into your vocal cords a little bit, I'm cutting you off. You're not going to find nobody with that type of expectation, right? You're just not going to find.
I'm loud in here, y'all, because they said I'm loud, but that's because of the location of where I'm at in the house.
You're good. You're fine. Don't worry about that. But the point that I'm saying is still sound, right? You have to give people grace. Now, to that point, especially when you're talking about, oh, I'm cutting you off because it sounds like you're going to yell at me. So you haven't even crossed the boundary yet, but I feel like you're going to. So now I'm going to cut you off. Like, that's an unrealistic expectation. You have unrealistic expectations and you're cutting people off for it. You've overcorrected and being too fixed. There's no flexibility to your approach, which is the weakness of a lot of people who are very orderly and disciplined like you, right? They're very good at being super structured. That's great. But the cost of that a lot of the times is there's no fluidity, and that's their weakness. So the growth phase would be you being a bit more flexible while maintaining your strength, which is your discipline and your structure. Does that make sense so far?
You said flexible. I want to make sure that I heard you right.
Yes. Adaptable, right? You have to be able to bend a little bit. You're not bending at all.
No, I know I know the definition of it, but I'm saying as though, like, in, I guess where I'm trying to figure out is in, like, what way? Because I'm not willing to change my morning routine because people ain't even.
I'm not talking about your morning routine, love. I'm talking about the specific thing that I just pointed out was like the in the car situation with you leaving the job interview. That is a display of your lack of flexibility. There's nothing wrong with you getting up at 4 a.m. That's not a problem at all. You can just erase that from your memory, okay? There's no problem with you getting up in the morning and taking care of yourself. There's no flexibility in your expectations of other people.
Yeah, so I guess, this is where I feel as though. I fit best with, like, a person that could just know when and how. So if a person was to come to me and they just say, you know what, I had a long day today, I don't really want to talk about it, then I'm going to be respectful of that. And whenever they're ready to talk about it, then I will be there for them to talk about it. So when I say I don't want to talk about something, I just need a partner that's going to be like, you know what, okay, cool. She just don't want to talk about it. I'm not willing to be flexible in that because I already know that I simply don't want to talk about that. Now, if the person want to hear about, my day in that moment.
Well, you know what happens? You know what you should do then? Like, let's go back to that situation. The same thing you just told me, you tell that person that. You have a conversation. After y'all have a heated moment, you sit them down, you have a conversation about your expectations. The same way you just broke it down to me. What you didn't do, No, what you told me is that you went home and you cut him off.
Yes, I went inside of the house, and he was like knocking at the door. He
Uh-huh.
was knocking at the door, trying to get inside the house. He called me. Initially, I did not answer the phone, but he gave me a call, I think like 2 times, and I answered the phone and I told him about it.
Told him about what?
But now keep in mind, I'm sorry?
Told him about what?
The incident in the car and how it made me feel, and also, how I felt as though things could have transpired a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And going forward, like, this is what, I look forward to. But at that point, I was kind of done.
Exactly. That's the point. That's the whole point. You're done too quick, because this is all coming from avoidant attachment. This is all coming from this is textbook avoidant attachment. You're cutting people off immediately. You don't like to be needed. You have a lot of pride around like you being able to contain yourself and not needing anybody. It's almost a turnoff if somebody needs you, right? So it's like that is a problem though from a relationship perspective. If you want to be single, cook. That's fine. From a relationship, your expectations and the way that you are orienting yourself towards the relationship, it does not match with a healthy relationship. It doesn't. Because if we were to flip this and you were dealing with somebody and you did something they didn't like, and then they told you they were done off of that one approach, that one breach of a boundary, you would feel some type of way probably. It just hasn't happened to you yet because you're always the leaver. You're the one who leaves. You ain't never experienced the other end of it.
Yes,
Right.
I am.
Right. But if you were to, you would be kind of messed up about it. Well, whoa, I didn't mean to. That was a mistake. I made a mistake. Right? That's probably how you would think. And it would confuse you. Like, how you just cut me off one mistake? Like I'm human. Right. That's what you're doing to other people, though. That doesn't mean you have to stay with people. What it means is at least try to work on it first and then gauge things after that before you cut ties with folks.
Yep. Now, what I would say is with that man there was a situation. Now, look, we talked about things like early on,
Mm-hmm.
and he. So I'm the kind of person that I like to sit and allow people when I'm dating them. I allow them to, talk, and I seem very intrigued because I'm getting to know their mind. I need to know who you are. So if I sit there quiet enough and intrigued enough, you're going to tell me all about you. So he did let me know that him and his last situation, how they were always like, at each other's throat.
Mm-hmm.
And I let him know, I said, we don't have to do that. Anytime you feel a way about me, I let him know in that moment how to handle me. We talked about it. So that was number 2. When we first, met each other and everything, that's when I told him about I don't want nobody yelling at me.
Mm-hmm.
The second conversation, we talked about how, we need to, be able to talk to each other. He told me how he wanted to be handled, and I let him know. So when it came down to a real situation,
mm-hmm.
and he did not uphold his part, and I already told him how to handle me, then I knew right then.
That's not how I get how you're thinking, right? What you're thinking makes sense. It's not grounded in reality. Because you're talking to people when they're calm heads. Everybody's calm, right? They're thinking with their logical mind, their prefrontal cortex, right? He got to an emotional place. That's going to bypass that logical mind every time, right? You saw him get emotional and you were like, well, that contradicts what we talked about, so you must not be even capable of doing this. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. The way it works is after that situation happens, you revisit the conversation, right? And like, see, in this situation, this is what, remember when we talked about this? In this situation, this is how we got to handle that kind of stuff, right? And then you move forward from there. You understand? So when you're avoidantly attached like that, though, when you get activated inside, you try to this isn't a you thing. This is anyone who is like this, wired this way. It's a whole thing, avoidant attachment. When you get activated or you get stressed, you shut down. And when you shut down, the person you're with reads that as coldness. So when you got into that car and you shut down, he read that as coldness. He probably is activated by that if he's anxious. It sounds like the guy you were dealing with was
Yes,
an anxiously attached
he
person.
is, and it's unattractive, and
Yes,
that
I'm
makes
with
it
you. But
worse.
here's the thing though. The type of man that is wired like you wouldn't even want. Because he would be so focused on himself, the same way that you're focused on yourself, there would be no person initiating connection. So, or avoidantly attached people tend to choose anxiously attached. There's a reason you were in a relationship with him. Avoidantly attached people tend to choose anxiously attached people because the relationship only survives because of the anxiously attached person. They're the ones always reaching for you. They're the ones always
But
trying to formulate some sort of connection. If it was up to the avoidantly attached person, then there would be just selfhood for the most part.
right, but I'm not a avoidant attached. I'm a avoidant secure. So here's how it works with me. So with me, keep in mind I had a 10-year and a 2-year. In those situations, I wasn't always avoidant. I'm avoidant in this last dynamic simply because of his ancient style that forced me to simply be avoidant because it was too much. So now, because you're always contacting me, you're like, it's too much built upon me when you already know
Beloved, hold on
how I am.
one
That
second.
makes me completely
I hear
avoidant.
I hear you, but yeah, what you just said is key. Completely avoidant. Think of it like a spectrum. You're avoidant. You were in your previous relationship. Even the way you describe the relation, I outgrew it, is an avoidant phrase, right? You just became more avoidant with someone who is more anxious. Now, I'm not telling you that that relationship should work. I'm not telling you should have stayed in that relationship. No, you probably absolutely should have ended it. What I'm telling you though is you continue to move how you're moving, you don't work with nobody. That's the
Oh,
point I'm
okay.
making. If you don't change how you move, no, I'm not telling you to stay with that person at all. You have to like use your relationships as a mirror to kind of see how you're showing up and see what needs to be course corrected. Because if you continue down this path, nobody is going to fit in with you. Okay, but I do have to move on. Hopefully, I gave you a few things to think about. But I appreciate the question. Okay, love.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did. And thank you.
Absolutely, dear. You have a good one.
You all have a good night.
You too. All right, Angel, what's going on?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. What can I do for you?
Okay, so my thing is, I've been dating a guy. We've been dating, we went on about 3 dates so far, and I feel like we're compatible. Like, we want the same things
Mm-hmm.
as far as, like, marriage, kids. We both love traveling. Like, a lot of things align there.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever like we're going on these dates and things like that, we're not really, it seems forced. Like, I'm not feeling the connection or the chemistry. I'm always kind of carrying the conversations and things like that. He's kind of more so quiet. And I kind of thought about, okay, he's a teacher. Maybe he's, in his career field, he's talking a lot. So maybe, outside of work, he may not talk as much or whatever. But I feel like after 3 dates, with it not really being a connection or chemistry, I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to waste time. And I know, he's spending money and whatever. I'm like, okay, maybe we're just not for each other.
Right.
But he feels like I'm just not giving it a chance. So I just want to get your opinion on, like, should I be giving it more time and focusing on, like, the compatibility and what we want? Or should I just kind of end it here?
You should definitely end it. I was just talking to one of my women clients today. Little inside joke there. You want to focus on a lot of mistakes that people are making right now. I posted a video about this today. They lead with compatibility. They go on first dates. They're asking like, how many children do you want? Do you want kids? Where do you want to live? All that kind of stuff. They're asking compatibility questions. Chemistry comes first. The first thing you want to assess is, do I like this person or get along with this person? Right? Because if you get into a relationship with somebody, like, most of the time you spend together is going to be based on that friendship, that chemistry that you have. Whenever you're not having some match and all that kind of stuff, like, what's going to keep it together is like, do I like the person I'm with? Right? So you are vetting primarily for compatibility. Compatibility is a secondary consideration. It's equally important to chemistry, but it's considered on the back end. On the front end, we want to see if we vibe. Do I like you? Do you
Right.
like me? How do I feel with this person? Right? Now, how do I feel doesn't mean you have to feel excited all the time. But you do need to have some degree of positive feelings towards this person where you just like spending time with them. If that's not present, it doesn't matter how compatible you are.
Okay, and then that's not something that's going to grow over time. It's just like you're going to be able to feel that at the beginning.
It can. I had a conversation with someone about this earlier because I would be lying if I said that it is impossible for that to grow. Because people, there are arranged marriages, right? There's a lot of arranged marriages that were successful. And arranged marriages, I think, and people in the chat can correct me, put a huge emphasis on compatibility. But in that situation, there's a lot of external influences that keep the connection together. Like the religious belief is one, the family is another, right? There's a lot of external things that create structure around the relationship. So in other words, there's no easy out, right? When there's no easy out, people tend to invest more. Okay? Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you're not in that dynamic, like an arranged marriage, and you're in like um, a Western society where you can just have a no fault divorce and just get, just get divorced for anything, because it's so easy to exit. You don't have the external influences that are conditioning you to work on things, right? Does that
Hmm.
make sense? So because of
Yeah.
your situation, it is unlikely that you're going to even be motivated enough to try hard to build chemistry with this person,
Gotcha.
right? And also look at it like it's a spectrum too. If he was somebody who you're like, okay, he's cool, I like him, you know, he's not the best, but I like him, like that could grow, right? But if you're like, I don't look forward to talking to you at all, to be honest with you, then
Mm.
that's probably not going to do much growing unless you're in a forced situation where it's like, from your perspective, this is your life now, you're making the best of it. It's like almost the equivalent of like people getting kidnapped, and it's like, well, I kind of, my kidnapper isn't so bad. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you can't get out, so you might as well
Right.
find a way to live with it, right? You're in that kind of situation and structure. But
And that's why I wanted to get your opinion because at the same time, I've had, situations where I've dated someone, right? And it's chemistry and it feels electric and all of these things. And maybe we're even compatible as well, but it didn't end well. So I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to make sure I'm coming from a healed place and I'm not
right.
just like trying to find a way out of it. You know what I
So
mean?
in that
So,
situation you're talking about, when it didn't end well, how did it end?
um, so the way that he was at the beginning wasn't necessarily the way he was after like 3 months.
Right.
So he acted like, okay, these are the things that I want, but then I kind of saw, he was kind of more so looking for something more casual, maybe
Hmm.
in the bedroom, stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. So I found out after vetting and really getting to know the person that we weren't for each other
So how long did you date that person?
for like 2.5 months,
Okay.
almost 3 months.
Okay. Yeah, I will say it's hard. You kind of got to know yourself. You kind of have to experience it. The way that it's been said by like therapists and stuff is the healthy, like some people like feel like home, right? When you're in their presence.
Hmm.
I would go a little bit deeper than that and say that some people you just enjoy them. You enjoy, they make you laugh. They kind of get you. You get them. That kind of chemistry, right? But then there's also it's what we call chemistry. I call spark. There's like a toxic side of spark and like a healthy side of spark. The healthy side is like they feel like home. You just enjoy their company. The toxic side of spark is anxiety inducing.
Mm.
So it creates anxiety. It's like you text the person and normally they text back fast, but like now they randomly stop responding for like 4 hours. and you feel that anxiety, and then when you feel that anxiety, it's like you lean in because you want clarity. So that anxiety confuses you. You want that feeling to go away, so you lean in.
Hmm.
And when you lean in, you become more invested. And you start to ruminate and you start to obsess a little bit. That's the kind of chemistry you probably felt with that guy.
Right.
Right.
Probably.
So that ain't the kind of chemistry we're talking about. We're talking about the chemistry that you would have with good friends, your friends that you like to see. Or you're looking forward to it. You're about to plan a girl trip, looking forward to it, right? There's no anxiety there. It's just I enjoy you. You're fun.
Right. And with this guy, it's more so like it's kind of, I don't know, like pulling for straws, or like it's kind of awkward a
Right.
little when
And
we're
you
together.
did the right thing. You gave it 3 dates. 3 dates
Yeah,
is
and that's
enough.
how I feel. I feel like I gave it enough time, but he kind of feels like,
No, 3 dates you should know. Like you can make the argument first date nerves. Second date they're probably starting to
right,
warm up a little bit. Third date you should you should handle that by this point. So like if you're not connecting by the third date, go ahead and call it.
gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem, love. Best of luck to you. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. What's going on, bro?
Hi. Hello, everyone.
What can I do for you, man?
Yeah, so my dilemma is that I just want to know if I should reach out again to my ex, because we used to live together for like a year, and then after I left. So after 5 months, she reached out to me again, but now she noticed that I'm no longer interested because I was cold when she tried to come back, but now we're just going like two new people that just met basically. So on and off, and then at some point she tried to force it back, like she's trying to show me like, okay, I just want to do something serious, but I'm still skeptical because I'm like, nah, I still remember what happened between us when we were living together, and I discovered who you are during our stay together. So basically the last point right now is that she went somewhere. We're both Muslim, so she went somewhere for Eid to celebrate with her family, and then I tried to reach out to her during the whole day. She didn't reply until the next day. So I let her know that, hey, what happened? I know you saw the missed call and everything. So what is going on?
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. It's very inconsiderate. She replies saying that, oh no, I don't even know what's going on. And I sent this type of message. I'm like, that's not the point. I didn't try to go back and forth, and I just stopped talking to her basically for the whole day. And because I didn't want to go play that game again. And so I tried to reach out to her after a while when everything is calmed down. She didn't pick up. I'm like, okay. I said, when you stop being a child, I'm going to reach out to you. Basically, until now, she refused. So I just sent her a vocal after that. Hey, so I don't have time for all of this. So now, if you're trying to come back for something serious, let me know. But now I'm focused. I'm trying to go forward, and I have stopped established. So let me know. So until now, basically, she didn't reply. She's just playing the silence game, like they call it. And I just want to know if I'm just wasting my time and just continue, or if I should try to maybe push forward a little bit. Try to reach out to her. That's my dilemma, basically.
How long have y'all been together?
We've been knowing each other for 2 years now. Where she used to be my neighbor, and she reached out. She's the one that approached me the first time.
Okay. And why did it end?
Basically, I tried to marry her. She refused at that time because she wanted us to focus on ourselves without involving the parents. But because we are Muslim, normally we're not supposed to live together. I told her that we all know the basic of everything regarding our religion and what we have to do. I told her that I don't mind living together, but we need to have a solid base. Let's basically deal with this part first. She was in, but she wanted us to do everything on our side without involving the parents and anything. I'm like, we cannot do that. Because at the beginning, she's the one that basically showed me her father and everything, made me talk to them. So if you involve the parents and show me that you want to do something serious, I will reply with the same energy. That's what I did. and we were connecting deeply on many levels. So that's why it encouraged me to go beyond the friendship part, because I thought it was just something that would be casual. But I noticed that no, she wants something serious for real. So I basically leaned in, and then I was focused on her, and I tried to make everything good, but she refused at some point, and I tried to, that's where I stepped back and tried to, and I started looking at her with a different eye, basically.
Why does she not
And
want to involve the parents?
basically, she wanted us to just, because we were both here, but we're in Canada. We were trying to get our papers and then make things right. But I'm like, okay, we've been knowing each other, and you made me talk to your father the first time. So to me, that's a big step. After just 3 days of knowing each other, I'm like, okay, I know we are social people, but this is a big step for me because it's your parents. So I'm like, if you go that way, so I'm gonna, okay, take you seriously. So I sat her down the first time, and I talked to her, and I let her know everything about my situation, what I'm doing, to see what's her point of view. She let me know that, yeah, I'm okay with that. There's no issue. I'll look at the person itself. And I'm like, okay. And then after that, we've been talking to each other, knowing each other, going out. And that's when when both our parents ask for, the parents naturally, they always ask their kids like, hey, about your dating life, how is it going? You're at that age, if you're getting married or etc. etc. So that's when I like, okay, here's this person that I met, and this is how she is, and this is what she wants. And then that's when the parents get curious. So that's how they met each other, they spoke to each other, both mothers. And from there, like, that's where the dynamic was going. It was going well. So that's where we went all the way to the marriage. So I told her that, hey, so I'm gonna reach out to your father and do everything. But at some point, I noticed that she's someone. To me, what I understand from that is that she didn't want to, and I don't know the specific reason. I'm trying to understand either she was scared, or she had other plan, or she would just approach me maybe for the papers. But I had many things in my mind, basically. But when she refused the wedding, so both families stopped talking to each other. And since we were still living together, at some point we became basically like roommates, because everything became weird. So we're no longer married. She didn't want to get intimate anymore. So I'm like, okay, if that's what
She
you
didn't
want.
want to get any intimate anymore because of what?
She told me that because after the wedding didn't happen, like her mother told her that because we are still living together but we're not getting married, so I don't want you to get anything. I don't want no child. I don't want you to get intimate with him anymore. That's what she told me. I didn't try to force or anything. I just said, do whatever you want. I don't mind. Because you put the stop to this. I'm the one that came trying to marry you, so I know what I have to deal with as, because I'm ashamed. Yeah, there was the shame behind it, so I didn't tell all of those to her. So I just kept it inside, and I dealt with that shame and everything. So basically, I just stopped looking at her the same way, and I just stay on my side. She noticed that as well, because the dynamic inside, where she changed completely. She became distant, starting talking to men, random men as early in the morning, going to work, trying to pick fights with me for no matter what kind of reason, or in my personal stuff so that I can give her a reaction. But I didn't. I just lived like I was living with another man, basically. Until the lease was done, I just wanted to leave at some point, because she tried to come back, and I'm like, no, this back and forth, and you're not focused. I don't know what's going on. That's when, until I left, even the day I was supposed to leave, she came to me saying that she wants us to go to a restaurant for a last time dinner, something like that. I'm like, nah, here's the mailbox key and the key of the door. I'm out. And I left. I stopped talking to her for like 5 months.
Yeah. So why are
And then,
you even asking the question? Should you continue talking to her then?
yeah, so yeah, that's like, cause my deep down, I'm like, bro, don't. My side of me is like, no, stop, just continue and leave this one. She came back, but she came back with like a random. She replied suddenly to one of my posts on Instagram. She called me on FaceTime one time, and then another call like that. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, So I'm like, and she kept on giving me update about the mutual friends we had. One that was pregnant that gave birth to a child and stuff, asking me why didn't you give me anything for my birthday. I'm like, oh, slow down. Like you've been not talking to each other for like 5 months, and suddenly I'm like, she's maybe testing to see if I can still get this guy back. I'm like, no. So now you said no to everything. Go live your life, and that's it.
Again, I asked, then why are you here asking me should you talk to her anymore?
Yeah, basically that was my dilemma. Like a part of me wanted to go back to her and feel like it's just the emotion, but
Yeah.
my logic mind is like, no, don't do that.
Right.
So that was the two side of my mind going through it.
Well, yeah, just the logic is the correct one.
Let's see, yeah.
Yes, the logic is the correct one. Right? You double check your emotions with logic, and you did.
True.
And your logic is like, hey, she was talking to other men while living with you. No,
Let's see.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just one reason. She also turned down the marriage proposal. I also don't think her mother told her anything about stopping intimacy with you. I think it was her decision, and she pushed it on her mother.
Exactly.
I could be lying. I could be wrong. But like, yeah, this is regardless of how you slice it. This is something that doesn't work out. You should look at other options.
True. Yeah. Thank you. I think it's clear to me now. I know what to do.
All right, brother. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello, Q. Wait, do you remember me at all?
Not at all, brother.
Okay, so basically, I think it was last week, and I was basically talking about how I got into a relationship sooner than I probably should have because I met the girl on Tinder and expedited it for the sex, and you were basically telling me to like leave the relationship because I was feeling a lot of emotional pressure and how it eventually would have engulfed me.
I vaguely remember that. I remember the Tinder thing. You're the only person who's mentioned Tinder in many moons since I've heard Tinder. But go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, so I'm just giving you a update on that. So basically, we ended up going out one more time, and after that, it was kind of like a whole little dispute and argument that happened. I said I needed to take a few days to really figure out for myself what I wanted to do, and basically the conclusion I came to was I couldn't be 100% fully committed to the relationship, and if I'm not going to be fully committed, then why stay and leave her alone and basically string her along? So I made the decision to basically just end things, and I feel like that was the right decision at the end of the day. Now, she did have a lot of choice words and basically cussed me out for about 10 minutes, along with a couple other things. But, of course, like, one of the things I'm still kind of thinking about is I still feel a certain way about that. And I think part of it is the fact of she wasn't exactly like the worst person or exactly like a bad person. Like, it wasn't like a situation where she was being like super, super rude the whole time or that she was cheating on me or anything like that. Like, it just wasn't really working. So I think my question right now really is, and I feel like a lot of people could benefit from this too, because a lot of people talk about how to get over breakups when you're the one getting broken up with, not when you're the one doing the breaking up. So it's kind of how to really go about that process per se and everything.
I mean, the answer is the same, big dog. Right? Like, it doesn't make a difference. It's still you have to grieve the connection, process your emotions, which consist of you actually feeling your feelings and not thinking about them, right? Leaning on your support system, and any pain you feel turn it into progress, right? So make progress on a meaningful goal is what I would tell you, right? So it doesn't really matter who like broke up with who. Still is a sad thing for both parties, majority of the time. So yeah, that's just what it is. But when you broke up with her, she kind of snapped on you?
She did.
Yeah, well, that's revealing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you made the right decision then.
Yeah, that honestly was what influenced a lot of my decision. Like, she was like, you better give me a good effing reason why. Like, everything. I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, you crashing out's kind of giving me a reason. I'm
Right.
not gonna say it right now, but it kind of is.
Right. Exactly. Little game for everybody in the chat. If somebody breaks up with you, act like it does not bother you at all.
Jesus.
Little game for you. Act like it doesn't bother. They're gonna be like, did I make a mistake? If you get enraged or you get like very, very emotional, they're gonna be like, yep, I knew it was the right decision. But if you act like that shit don't move you at all, they're gonna be like, oh, watch how that flips the tables. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, bro, you made the right decision. But what did we learn in this situation? No Tinder, right?
Yeah.
No more Tinder.
Nope.
Yeah. I would move on to Bumble or Hinge or something like that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Thank you for that. I also just really wanted to give you the update on that too, because I remember you told me to keep you posted.
Yeah. I'm glad you did, bro. Well, I'm glad you're free of that. You go ahead and find somebody a bit more quality. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Chief. You be easy.
All right, you too.
Mm-hmm. Drake. Hello. Dre, you are muted if you didn't know. Going once. Going twice. You imagine breaking up with somebody and they're like, I agree. Yeah. They're like, you agree? But yeah, I think you're a smart person. I trust in your decision. That makes sense. You just grab your stuff. You're like, what the fuck? What was that about? Somebody said it was toxic advice. A little bit. Not gonna lie. A little bit. You know, we have fun here. It doesn't have to be healthy all the time. You know? See what Eva got to talk about.
Hey.
Eva, what's happening?
Yeah, how's it going?
All well, man. You know, how are you? And use
I'm
those.
okay.
Haven't
I'm
used those.
tired, but I'm okay.
Haven't used those lips in a while,
I have not. No, sir. I
Either
have
set.
not. Since West Africa.
huh.
That was like holiday seasons. You believe that? Oh, God. Yeah, so Friday was a no luck. It didn't happen. 6 hours. A 6-hour date. A 6-hour date and
he
no
still
kiss.
still didn't kiss you. I told you.
Can you believe that?
You sabotaged yourself. Sabotage yourself. Did you bring it up to him?
I did. Okay, so this is what he told me, and I want your idea. Yeah,
Okay.
6 hours. Literally, it was my date, right? So I'll do a little rundown since there was nobody in the queue. Went axe throwing. We did like a football bowling situation. So that was like 2 hours. And then we went out to eat. And then we just talked until it was like midnight, like 12:30. Okay, so that's where the real stuff comes. So then he's walking me to my car, and he's leaning. Mind you, the weather is bipolar, so it's like really, really cold over here. So he's leaning against my car, right? And now we're talking with my door open. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. And we're talking. Mind you, gave me the long hug, the usual, granny, smush. I miss my granddaughter. Hug, right? So we did that. Sat in the car. We're talking. He's leaning, and I'm like, obviously, I know what you're thinking. So I told him, you don't have to be scared of me. That's kind of what I said.
Right.
As a way to invite it. So he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's too late. I don't want to go into the details. I don't have the emotional capacity to have this conversation, but I'm cold. So if you want us to talk, you have to get in the car. He stayed in my car for almost 2 hours. and I still didn't get no kiss after that. So.
Wait, so I mean, what did when he came when, when he
Just
got in
think
your
about
car?
it.
What did y'all talk about for 2 hours?
Ah, a little bit of everything, right? And then we finally got to the topic because he kept circling it, and I was like, I'm I'm tired, right? And this is a serious conversation for us to have.
Right.
I don't think I have the emotional discipline and awareness to have it in like a tactful way. Yes, everybody's breath was on point. So eventually we got there, and I was like, you know what? You seem comfortable to have a conversation. Let's have it. So he pretty much told me that he's used to women being a bit more touchy feely with him, which is not me, obviously.
Right.
So for him, it's like just the fact that like he's used to like women coming over, touching him on like his arm, his chest, doing something, right?
Right.
So like, and then from then he can just pull you, blah 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 blah, and he's used to casual. But like with me, it's different because not only are we able to really communicate, and we were able to like have the hard conversation, and it doesn't go into an argument. It's like, oh, we're actually talking and you're not attacking me. I can say whatever I feel, you can say whatever you feel, and we can just agree not to, agree to disagree, right? And he's not used to that. So, like, all these things about me is messing with his head because then he's like, I have to look at you in the scope of like something serious versus something casual. And like he's nervous. So what I said was, sir, in this dynamic, I am not going to do the first step. Like I letting him know. I'm like, once you're able to get over that and do it, don't worry. Sometime I might just sling you without you noticing and kiss you and do all of those things, right? But the first kiss, I'm not going to take the first kiss from you. That's something that you have to step up and do as a man. I'm not going to do that. So I
his
don't
logic
know
was
what that means.
he saw you as more of a serious contender instead of somebody casual,
Right.
and that made it so he completely forgot how to make any kind of move.
Precisely, because he's like with me, and I will be honest. I haven't been very touchy feeling with him. I have not. Again, I don't like touches, right? And then that's another thing that I did. I told him that physical touch was my love language. So now he's very confused with the shit I be saying. So I don't know.
Well, it's a
Yeah,
love
I told
language.
him
So
that
love
too.
language
Just kind of
isn't
like,
necessary. There isn't really I guess kind of applies. I was about to say love language is kind of like a relationship thing. It's not like a dating thing. Because a love language, you don't
so.
love them yet. But
And granted, I will be honest, I do enjoy. Okay, so, and I think I told you that last time, right? And I do see that it's an oxymoron because it's like logically I don't like it, but like my nervous system likes it. But it's like the reason why logically I don't like it is because I know that I'm going to be vulnerable if I enjoy the physical touch that I'm having with you. If it's superficial, I don't care. But if there's emotion and intention behind that, that's when it becomes like an uncharted territory for me,
yeah,
you know? Hence why, even with him, it's like now that I'm approaching this and I'm applying everything that I'm learning, right? And I'm running away from my bad habit, like I'm being intentional with him. So even like the touchiness and all of that, I'm a little hesitant because I know as I'm doing this, I might be falling for you. And I'm a dog. I'm an ice cream. So I'm also trying to find the balance.
okay.
So I have not been touching him like that.
Okay. That touching thing, it seems like bullshit to me. As you were talking, like I was just playing the numerous dating experiences that I've had, and it's like, it wasn't even a thought, to be honest. It wasn't even something that I was assessing or or measuring. Well, I'm not gonna kiss her until she touches my chest first. It's not. Mm-mm. Something seems off. You joke that this is potentially a Madonna whore situation.
I did, cause like the way he was talking, that like in the car, and we we're having a conversation, and I might not be recalling it correctly, cause it's been a week now. But the way he was telling me that, I was getting the whole I'm used to this, but you're not doing this with me, and then now I'm seeing you in a different light, than what I may have thought of. I can't really explain it. It was more so you're not in the phase or like in the category of what I would have been used to be able to do all these things. So now I don't know how to maneuver you. And so
Yeah,
I don't really know what to do with that.
I mean, this does sound close to a Madonna whore situation. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Madonna whore is a guy who's not integrated. So he ever been in a relationship?
He has. I asked him, and he told me his longest relationship was a couple of years.
Uh-huh.
He had one that was like off and on for like 7 years. And that's the one that he was going to propose to. Well, he did propose, and then her demands were crazy, so he withdrew the proposal.
What was her demands? You know?
She was a model. She wanted to be a stay at home mom, potentially get a surrogate, but she wanted an au pair nanny. And give me 1 second, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something's fishy about this one.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and then he wasn't quite comfortable with it, and then he mentioned some other stuff. So essentially, the reason why he withdrew was mainly because of like money
Mm-hmm.
situation. He felt like her money management wasn't what he would like it to be. Plus the demand, it was just kind of like, I don't know if I can trust you on that level. Should we, be together long term?
But the way he was describing you, it was as if he's never met a woman like you or dealt with a woman like you before.
Um. Okay, so he mentioned that when it comes to how, okay, so he called me bold and not very soft, but like not. He's saying like not soft, not bold in a bad way, just more so communicative. Like we can have the hard conversation without attacking one another, right? Like we can be very open, like just being adults, and he's not used to that. So I don't know.
And
I
most
don't
of
know,
most of
but
the women that he's been with is casual,
especially for me.
and the woman that he was going to marry was a model.
Yeah, he kind of comes from that word. Some of the stuff I'm going to share with you privately. I don't
Okay.
want to share it here.
Okay.
But some of the stuff, so he comes from that world, from like New York City in that environment. And he used to be a model also
Okay.
a long time ago.
Hmm. I don't have enough data on it. It sounds like a lot of bullshit right now though, because he didn't mention the whole thing. Like it would be easy if he mentioned like the situation where you told him that you weren't comfortable with touch or something like that.
Yeah.
If he used that as an excuse, okay, then I would have
No.
coherence here.
He used it. He used it as like not as an excuse, but he used it as a reason why now he's confused and he doesn't really know how to approach it. Because he was like, well, you told me that physical touch was your love language, and it's like, and he has been breaking touch barrier, right? He's been touching me on like my legs, like holding my hand, like things like that. But he's saying that he gets really confused because the way I react, it's not what he's used to. So then he feels like he has to like respect my boundaries. So
Okay.
he's saying that he doesn't know how to approach me
That
because it's
makes
like you
okay.
told me one thing,
You missed
you
that.
reacted a different way.
Yeah, you didn't say
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
leave with that. That makes okay. That just made everything make sense. So it doesn't sound like a Madonna whore thing then. For those in the chat who aren't aware, she told him that her love language is physical touch, but then you also told him that you're not comfortable with it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, and she told him that she's not comfortable with physical touch early on when they started dating. So that put him on the defensive a little bit. So then he tests out the boundaries. He touches her a little bit, and she doesn't lean in warmly to it.
Exactly.
So she's not
Yes.
reciprocating. So on his end, it's like, oh, I don't see a green light. The way that you kind of opened this conversation, it kind of made it sound like he was expecting you to just be all over him. But what he's expecting is
So he
reciprocation.
did mention that he's used to, not from me, but just like that's like the dynamic that he's used to.
Right.
Women being very touchy feely on
Right.
him.
But also like as a reciprocation of like him leading that dance, right? So like he's touching you, he would think that you would like reciprocate in some way, or at least receive that touch warmly, and you don't. You don't like lean into it. You don't soften when he touches you. So then that is given a nonverbal indication that you're not feeling it, right? So he's like, okay. If I touch you and you're not responding in a positive way, then I'm obviously not going to kiss you,
Right.
right? So yeah. No need to pathologize this. This is what's going on. It's just you're not giving him any kind of signs that like you're into it.
So how do I do that?
You got to unpack why you don't like being touched so much. That's what you got to unpack. Like, why do I not like being touched outside of a like casual dynamic?
I mean, I'm working on it in like my therapy, like with my therapist. But my thing is like, obviously, like I also don't want to perform it, right? I know I'm confusing. Okay, I'm working on myself. I never claim to be perfect, but it's like I do. So I'm having a mental battle in my head, right? To where it's like I do, but then my body doesn't do what my brain wants to do. You know, I have to disconnect in there. So it's like when he touches my leg, right? Okay, you know what? Next time I'm just gonna go for it.
It's also a fearful avoidant thing.
Oh, absolutely.
100. Like I've dated a fearful avoidant who was like that, and I was like, is Shorty feeling me at all? Like, cause y'all are very hard to read sometimes, especially fearful avoidants who I won't say lean avoidant. It's just fearful avoidance in general. I think I don't know. I have limited experience, and there's a lot of variability. But I have dated a fearful avoidant who was like, I'm sure inside she had a lot of desire.
Yeah.
She would not show it. And the only way I knew she did is because when I made a move, she would she would do it. It's like, oh, if I give you, it's almost like if I give you a command,
and
you'll do
that's
it.
why I wanted him to make the move, because I'm like, once you do that, you will see the other side of me.
Yeah, but it's so confusing to us because and I'm a coach. This was after I started coaching, right? And I was like, I've never been in this experience before. I'm like, I know Shorty's feeling. We've been talking for a minute. And I was like, huh. I was like, all right, fuck it. And I made a move and she was like, she went for it. I was like, oh, okay. What if she is? I'm like, why isn't she showing any signs like all the other women do? And it's like it's just not. Y'all just don't show it. It's like you feel it inside, but you don't show it externally. So from men who are used to escalating, we're like, this, I don't know how to read this situation at all.
Yes.
I don't know how to read this. And then you're like,
I feel uncomfortable when he touched my leg. I just didn't show, like, it's like he would have expected me to like start touching on him too. I enjoyed him touching my leg. I just didn't, you know what I mean? Do the flirtatious thing too. But if he was to kiss me, it's like it will unlock everything else, right? It's like it feels like it's a wall that I'm hesitating to cross. But once I do, I know that everything else will unlock because it's happened before.
Well, from my understanding of it is that fearful avoidant women are very sensitive to being rejected So any display of you showing him that you are open and interested it feels like vulnerability.
Yes, it does.
And that's fearful. So it's like I don't even want to show you I'm interested, because if I show you I'm interested, then you might reject me, and if you reject me, I can't take it. So I'm just going to bodily, somatically, not show any signs I'm interested. Internally,
Yes.
I'm very turned on. I have a lot of desire for you. I'm not going to show anything. If you want it, you gotta take it.
Yes.
If you want it,
Literally,
put the cheeks in the bag. You gotta really take. You gotta stick. It's a stick up. It's a stick up. That's how you gotta treat it. You gotta put on your burglar mask. You put the cheeks in the bag. Nobody gets hurt. Right. That's the kind of how you gotta orient yourself to it. Because when I had that experience, I was like, oh. And I was like, I can't wait to teach this. Bobby actually called here. You know, guy Bobby actually called, his first call in. He was talking about this exact same experience. It was after I had my experience, and I was like, yeah, I know what you're talking. I just did this. I know exactly what you're talking about.
he loves himself a fearful avoidant.
Right? I know exactly. I had never experienced that a day in my life. Like I've experienced it, and I know exactly what you're talking about. You just gotta go for it, right? You just gotta get into your masculinity bag and just go for it. And they tend to just follow the leader.
Yes.
It's on
exactly.
it's Simon Says drop your drawers. It's on some Simon Says shit. Simon Says bend over. And if you do it, they'll follow the instructions. It's just they're not going to show any signs with this shit. So he's just never experienced that, and he don't know what the fuck to do. And I empathize with him now.
I can tell. I can see it, and it's like I feel.
Especially
so
if he's an
bad
attractive
because
guy, because he's used to women folding probably. But go ahead.
he is, and it's like it's so puzzling to me too, because I'm like, you seem like you got it all together. Like, why aren't you just taking the lead, and then it'll be easier for me? And then he's like, well, I'm used to typically girls be falling over me, and then you're not doing this, and like, I don't know how to handle you. So that was the 2-hour conversation we had in the car.
Right.
So he told me next date he's just gonna do it. Like that's gonna be my.
He should have just did it
Because
right
by
then.
I was
Bring your
we
ass
can't
over
even
here.
have a kid. Say what?
I said, you should have just did it right then. Just kissed you while you was
You
talking.
know what? By then I was just kind of like, yeah, no, I don't want to kiss anymore.
Right, because
Yes,
now that we had to talk about it, it's just ruined the moment.
Exactly, and that's what I didn't want to have the conversation. But I'm glad we did have the conversation. It was kind of like it was good communication. It's like he was able to understand a little bit like where I was coming from and the confusion that I was creating. And then he was also kind of like explaining to me that he's just not used to it. Like that's not.
You want to know how to handle
norms
this?
that we dealt
It's going to be the opposite of what you said earlier. What you're falling into is a freeze response, right?
I am.
So
I'm
you-
very freeze.
So
Yes.
you have to decide before you get on the date how you're going to respond.
Okay.
If you wait until you respond in the moment, you're going to default to freezing.
Okay.
So you have to create simple rules. If he makes this move,
Thank you.
then I'm naturally going to respond in this way.
Okay.
It's a if
Okay.
then, it's just an if then rule, right? If this happens, then I'll respond in this way physically. You make that decision before you get on the date. That way you don't have to make the decision in the moment when you're activated.
You know what? Now that you say that, yes, I do default to freeze.
Hmm.
I do.
Y'all get so much value here, it's crazy. Oh my god.
Yes. You just unlock something new. Okay. All right. Now I'm excited. All right. Yeah, we have another date planned. And he told me now that I kind of gave him the green light with my words, like verbally,
Right.
that I am more than comfortable with it. And then when he told me about the whole, I'm not being so touchy feely with him. I did do my big one. I held his hand. Okay, that
Your
was
big
big
one?
for me. Yes, I did.
Okay,
Like,
good stuff.
I held it. So continue the conversation with me, holding his hand, right? Trying to be vulnerable. But I am going to make a decision, and then I will be. If he doesn't do it, I will do it.
You ain't gotta go.
Okay.
You don't have to go that far. He's gonna kiss you next date for sure. He just was confused. I promise you. If you say he was a model, he's dated like women, like very beautiful women, right? Then it's like he's gonna kiss you next date. He just had no idea what was going on, and in his mind, he was like, "Does she really like me?" And in his mind, he thought the next date will be different. Oh, probably next time she'll, and it just never happened. That's all this is. I promise
Yeah.
you. As being someone who went through it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is. Once I got that clarity, I was like, okay, that was the last lesson I needed to learn. But yeah, that's all that happened here. He just was very confused by how you were acting. Danny obviously has experienced the same thing. He was talking in all caps for a minute now since we've been right. Once I said
Just
fearful avoidance, you can't read them. You don't know what the like. What is going on? I remember I told a fearful avoidant woman I was dating. I was like, oh, I can't really read you, and she was like, yeah, a lot of guys tell me that. Yeah, this is hard. This is very difficult. Like I know intellectually you like me.
It's hard for me too.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, I promise. It's like now I know, because before I used to think that it was okay and it was normal. Now I know that it's a problem, and like I can see it affecting others, right? Because I'm being a bit more aware. But I kid you not, like in the moment, my body doesn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It truly doesn't. It's like I'm doing things that I'm not meaning to do because it feels like I'm a baby figuring out relationship for like the first time.
Yeah.
When I've been on the street, it doesn't make sense.
You just helped. I think you did just help a few women in the chat though. So I appreciate you being vulnerable about this situation, because I saw a few people being like, "That's me," who probably didn't have the language to describe it. But the same advice I just gave Eva also applies to the rest of y'all if you resonate with any of her experience. But yeah, that's all you have to do. You just make an if-then rule, and then when you get into the situation again, just already make the decision before you get there, and then you're just going to respond in the natural way. That's it. That'll be enough. A little goes a long way. So it don't have to be so robust. So it's like you do a little, he's gonna take heed, and then that will give him the green light to take things further.
And I just know once that happens, it will go a whole other level. Because I know me, and that's why I'm hesitating to do that. Because I know me, and it's like I'm bracing for it, and he can see me bracing for it. Mentally, I'm bracing for it, which is not good. But anyways, I'll keep you updated. I'll send you the other half in the DMs, because I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking that I'm trying to make an excuse to run away and end it. But we don't do that anymore. That's old Eva.
That's right.
New Eva, she's thinking it through, right?
That's right.
So I'll send it to you into your DM just so you can kind of give me your opinion on it.
Okay. And
tell me if I'm doing the most.
I got you.
But yeah. And then I'll keep you guys updated on the next date, because we're definitely having another date despite all that has happened.
The kiss date.
So,
there we go.
Yes, we'll call it the kiss date. Yes. So I'll keep y'all updated. But that's it.
All right,
so I'm gonna go back in the chat and listen and judge. Keep tapping, y'all. Thank you so much for tapping. Oh my God, it's 78,000.
Right.
Keep tapping. Let's get to like 100 before the end. So
there we go.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, Eva.
Bye.
Bye. It's a good call though when Eva comes up. All right, who is this? Okay. All right. So if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can request up, or you can drop your question in the chat. I will get to it then. Very validating call. Danny, were you not aware of that before we just talked about it? What do you mean? What's happening?
Can you hear me?
You sound like you're driving a truck right now.
Wait.
We're getting run over by one.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can tell there's a lot of background noise.
Okay, hold on. I know what's going on. It's not both of my headphones. Let me mute myself and get both of my headphones.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. She on a spaceship. She in the Bermuda Triangle. Ooh-wee.
Okay, How about now?
Perfect.
Okay. Let me see. You can hear me clearly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? No?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I wanted to tell you about the 45-year-old guy at my workplace.
Okay.
We had an interaction today.
Uh-oh.
Okay. An interaction that might lead to me ending up having to move dock. But prior to that, I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. And Danny already called me out on something. You can also call me out on it. I can't take full accountability.
Okay.
If you know that. Okay.
Okay.
3 months ago, I got a contract at this particular location. Immediately, my first day, I was doing my thing. This beautiful black man came up to the dock, and he was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. One thing I've noticed, like, over time that we both wear athleisure clothes, right? Mm-hmm. Mind you, for, like, the first 2 weeks, we didn't talk to each other. We didn't, no sense of, like, hello, hi, none of that. Randomly one time, one of the warehouse workers was like, yo, why don't you talk to your wife, right? He goes, my wife, turns around, he's pointing at me. I start laughing, and I keep it pushing, right? That introduction kind of made it like where he could come and start talking to me. Mm-hmm. He came up, introduced himself. I was like, oh, hi, my name is Umi. I was like, nice to meet you. This is my contracts. I'm not here as often. My employees are here often, right? He's like, oh, you've been here for 2 weeks. I've seen you every day. I was like, well, I just got the contract, so I have to get used to it. We kept it pushing. After that, it just proceeded to be a conversation. I did find him attractive. He was a beautiful chocolate man. Mm-hmm. I did not know how old he was. Okay?
Right.
After like 2 weeks of talking, things were getting good. I've noticed that we were ending up to share a dock. So I was like, hey, if you end up coming early and my employees are on your dock, like, you can shoot me a call. So that obviously led to him having my number, my business number. He got my business number. It came to a point where he would call me on his drives and we'll chop it up. We'll talk. He'll tell me about his stuff. And I was like, oh, like, are you married? And then he was giving me the ins and out of the business. Okay. This particular contract. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, do you have a man? I was like, no, I do not. I was like, do you have a partner? He's like, no, I do not. I said, oh, when was your last relationship? He let me know he was previously married and has 2 beautiful girls. Okay. 1, 7, 14. I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, oh, what happened with the relationship with the mother? He was just like, oh, she's crazy. Mind you, during these 30 minutes straight, it was just straight up bashing.
Right.
Just talking about how crazy she was, how she almost put him in jail. I was like, oh, that's crazy you talk about her like this because you married her for 10 plus years.
Right.
And I was like, you know, there was a reason you married her. I was like, what are the good qualities? He goes, that B don't got no good quality. I said, whoa. He's like, I'm trying to get custody of my kids. And I was like, okay, cool. That conversation ended there. I didn't have anything to say.
Okay.
Ended there. A few days later, mind you, that was on a Thursday. We didn't talk for another week and a half. We saw each other once. I kept saying hi. We kept it pushing. That was it. And then one day he came up to me. He's like, yo, you don't want to talk to me? I was like, no, it's not that I don't want to talk to you. I just didn't like how you spent 30 minutes just talking shit about somebody you were married to for over a decade. And you have 2 beautiful daughters. And this is a 50% blood of her, too. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's like, oh, you're so mature. I never thought that would ever come out of your mouth. I'm like, when somebody says you're mature, I'm thinking they're older.
Right.
I was like, oh, why are you calling me mature? Are we like around the same age? He's like, no, I am 45. Guys, when I tell you this man does not look like 45, you don't, coach, you don't understand. He does not look like he's 45. Maybe like 32, 31. Maybe. nowhere near 45. I was like, oh, okay. And then I entertained it. Okay, as Danny called it out, I did entertain. I did talk. We had a banter. Again, another interaction we had was one morning I had breakfast with me, and he mentioned that he was hungry. I gave him my lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, damn, my wife will never be in the kitchen. You cooked this? I was like, oh. I was like, excuse me? Like, I was like, this is not a comparison type of thing. You said you're hungry. I'm giving you my food. It's just a hospitality. That's how I was taught, right?
Right.
Left it. He called me. He goes, I told my pops about you. The fact that you brought me food. I was like, this is not a big deal. After that, we didn't talk for another 2 weeks. Now let's skip to the part where he asked me on a date. The first time. I said, hey. And he's like, he come up to me and he goes, I would love to take you on a date. I was like, I don't do regular dates. Like, we can do activities. Right. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Kept it pushing. He was just like, he came back again. He's like, I want to do dates. I said, if you're willing to do an activity, then I'm down for that. Mm-hmm. He said, bet. He asked me that on a Monday. Week went by. Mind you, he planned it for Saturday. He said, Saturday at 2 p.m. I said, bet. Saturday at 2 p.m. Doesn't call me Friday. Doesn't let me know. Saturday, I went about my business. I went to my Pilates class. I went to my boxing class. I went to my run club. I went about my business. I completely forgot. Didn't mind it because, one, you didn't confirm with me. So it's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. Saturday doesn't call me. Sunday doesn't call me. Monday, we come back. I'm doing my job. He comes up to me. He goes, chill. I said, what? He goes, why are you all stiff and everything? Mind you, we never had any type of physical interaction in any way. He hugs me and then kisses me on my head. I said, what is this? Well, what is this for? He's like, you just need to breathe. I said, breathe about what? Like, I'm chilling. I said, actually, like, what happened Saturday? Like, you didn't communicate. You didn't say that something happened. He's like, it was raining heavy. Something happened with my truck. I was like, okay, I don't do lack of communication. Like, would have actually, like, appreciated, like, a text message or a call, something, right?
Right.
He said, why are you so confrontational? Mm-hmm. I've never been called that. So I was like, no, I'm just expressing, like, you told me 2 p.m. Saturday. You didn't tell me if anything was happening. You didn't confirm. We saw each other Friday. We saw each other the whole week. You acted like I was a stranger the whole time. He's like, girl, you need to relax. Like, I'm a grown man. You need to learn to be, like, relax with us. I was like, well, that's disrespectful. It's not about relaxing. I said, okay, we moved it. He went about his business. Mind you, didn't call me, didn't text me. We didn't communicate for another week. He said, let me make it up to you. I'll plan another day. I said, he said, let's go on an actual date. I said, I'm not going on a date. You seem like you're pressuring me for this date. I'm not going on this date. How about we just do some activity? He's like, okay, do you like watching the game? I don't know shit about the game, but I'll watch it. I love going to the bar and acting like I'm fighting for something. I was like, okay, let's go. He's like, okay, the bar here, the game starts at this time. I'm betting on a team. I said, okay, yallah, let's go. I said, let me know the time and place. I'll pull up. Again, doesn't let me anything. He ghosts me that day. Ghost, no communication, no nothing, no text, no nada. I said, okay. Me and my brother, we did our thing. We went to watch the game. And then that same night, another thing I told Danny, he told me when he first met me, he didn't have social media. He told me he doesn't do social media. He tells me, don't yapper about social media to me. I'm not one of your little friends. I was trying to share a red pill content with him one time. He's like, I don't know what this is. I told him it was TikTok. He acted like he didn't know. He brought up my social. He brought up. I went out one time and I had a lace top, titties juicy, plumped, and ready to, Tell me how he mentioned something about me posting on Instagram my titties all out.
So
I
he
didn't
saw it.
realize that. I didn't clock it until I talked to my therapist, and she's like, "Didn't you mention he doesn't have social media?" But now let's skip forward to today. Mind you, it's been a month. He didn't talk to me prior to that. That game thing never happened. He acts like he doesn't know me this whole entire time. Today, I'm at the dock. I'm loading up. I'm a little bit stressed out. He comes up to me. He goes, "Can I get a hug?" I said, "No." He goes, "I just want a hug." I said, "No, you're not going to have a hug. I didn't consent to a hug prior to that as well." Hugs me and kisses me on my head again. I bamboozled. I said, "Huh?" He's like, "You just need to relax. Confrontation doesn't look good on you." I said, Z, people who get my sweet side is people who hasn't done me dirty. One thing about me is I'm very bubbly, I'm very smiling, very cheesy. I like to talk to everybody. Everybody in the warehouse knows me, fucks with me. Every time I see him, my energy just goes down. You can just see a drastic change. Okay. And he's like, "You're just too confrontational. I just don't do well with confrontational women. You're just trying to do a man's job."
Okay, so what's the question
that's
here?
How in the future, right? Obviously, there's a big age difference, and I haven't dated in the past 4 years. Okay, and I'm wanting to be in a relationship, but I keep putting myself in situations like this and keep giving people grace, and boundaries are being overstepped, and I feel like when I vocalize my issue, I'm being confrontational, I'm being too loud, and I'm being this person. How do I... And it's not even in friendship, it's just relationship that happens to me. And the thing with him is, Danny said, I entertained it. Yes, I entertained it thinking that it was giving a grace, right? Also, I can't read the comment. But I want to say, how do you... For future, how do I not put myself in that situation, right? And then, how do I stop getting these older men off of me? He's not the first one, and I just want these older men to stop. I just want them to stop.
I think we talked about this the first time, right? You got to... It's the environment you're putting yourself in. So, you're putting yourself in environments that older men tend to be in, so that's going to be part of the game, right? They're going to approach you. Second thing is, you're giving a bit... I got to mute you real quick. Hold on. There's a lot of background noise. You're giving a bit too much grace. Because I think we talked in Danny's live, you seem to have a bit of the anxious leaning, anxious attachment. So you're calling it giving grace. What you're really doing is gaslighting yourself to justify keeping the person around. Now you know that grace shouldn't be given in this situation, but you say that you're giving it because if you give it, then you get to keep the person. Anxious people don't like losing those type of romantic connections, right? They'll do anything to kind of keep it. Even if they're dissatisfied, even if they're unhappy with it, they don't like abandonment. They don't like people leaving them. So they will overextend and abandon themselves just to keep a connection there, right? So the core of this is going to be attachment issues. So you have to put certain... people with anxious attachment and people with avoidant attachment have different blind spots, right? So when they get activated, The anxious person turns off their logic. They all feeling. They turn off the logic. An avoidant person gets activated. They're all logic and they turn off their feeling, right? So the goal is integration. So if I were you, I would get really clear on what your non-negotiables are. Write them down. Somebody displays behavior that goes against those non-negotiables. You cut it off. There's no grace to be given. I've given this example a lot of times in this live. For me, that's lying. If you lie to me, it's a done deal. There's nothing more to discuss, right? So you have to do something similar, like get clarity around what behavior you will or will not tolerate before you put yourself in the situation. Similar to what I just told Eva, like make the decision before you are in the situation. You can't trust yourself in the situation because your feelings are going to tell you to give grace. So you have to make the decision before you put yourself in that situation, right? And that's going to be, if I see these behaviors, I exit. You understand? Regardless of what my feelings are telling me. If I see these behaviors, I've pre-committed to leaving this situation, regardless of how I feel about the connection. If they're displaying behaviors that are not on that non-negotiable list, then you may can give grace, but you give grace up until a point. If you don't see an attempt of change behavior, effort applied to doing better and course correcting, then you're dealing with a non-serious person who is either unwilling or lacks the capacity to resolving the issue, in which case you must leave them alone. Does all that make sense? Oh, did I drop her or did she drop? I thought I unmuted her. She might have lost her connection. Hopefully, Umi, you heard what I just said. What's up, Danny?
So,
Umi,
yeah,
request back, because it just, when I unmuted you, it just dropped. But feel free to request back. I'll bring you back up. D-Money. What's going on, B-Dog? What happened to Danny? Y'all dropping like flies. It might be a TikTok glitch, actually. Okay, there we go.
I got dropped because I was ready to unmute, and then I just got exited out.
Yeah, I think same thing might have happened to Danny. I don't know if it was a glitch. But did you hear everything I said?
I heard everything you said.
Okay.
I think for me, like one of the biggest, I don't know if maybe I take things slowly at a time. One of the hardest things at first to set a boundary for myself was like I don't do dates, and I held on to that, and I limited my boundary to just that, right? And then now I got into this situation where it's like he's like, okay, I accept that boundary. Now let me see if I can push it more, type of thing. You know what I mean? Because to him, I only showed him that boundary that I wasn't going to do a regular date because it used to an expensive date always leads to some, you know, something else.
But the reason why you stick to that boundary is because you've made that boundary. You've pre-committed to setting that for everybody.
I'm listening. I just didn't want it to echo back to you.
Yeah, but did you hear me?
Yeah, you said I set that boundary for everybody.
Yeah, you pre-committed before you got into the situation, right? So treat all of them the same way. The same way you treat that whole, like, I don't go on these types of dates rule, you do that with everything else. These other boundaries you've been trying to, like, set in the moment, but that's after you've already gotten to like the person and all that kind of stuff. So now it's more flexible, right? You want to have that non-negotiable list and that decision made ahead of time, regardless of who you're dealing with. And then just live by that. That is now your moral code.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Thanks, guys.
No problem, Umi. Best of luck to you, love. Umi's a new regular, people. That's my Ethiopian, right? She's from Ethiopia. Did I get that right, Danny?
I don't remember Ethiopia.
Where's she from?
But I could be wrong.
I thought that's what she told me on your live. Maybe I'm incorrect.
I could be too.
Okay.
I could be too. Yeah, but no, hearing Eva's call was really validating. Just hearing the woman's perspective on that situation, because I have been there.
Right.
And I was like losing my mind. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I felt like I was in my bag.
Right. Who are you telling?
And I made the same mistake that you were talking about, where I just kept telling myself, things are going great, so it'll just happen on the next date, or it'll happen on the next date.
Yes.
And I think the mistake I made is just, I kept telling myself, like, giving her grace for the situation. Right. Obviously, not seeing the person anymore, but yeah, no, like, she was really receptive to my advance. Like, I may, like, gently touch her thigh or lower back. I was doing kind of the lighter escalations, and but there was, like, the kissing just didn't come. It just never arrived. And I definitely don't need, like, written permission, but I usually look for signals, the windows. It's intuition, really, that I kind of look for. And I try to create those opportunities too. Like, when I walk someone to their car, before I open the door, I give them a hug. When I pull away, I will intentionally, like, brush my cheek against theirs and stay close just to see how they respond to that. And obviously, if they, like, pull back or step away, it's not there. But if they sit there, it's go time, But I wasn't getting that from her in those moments. But she seemed receptive everywhere else. And I know what it looks like when someone doesn't like me. Those signs are pretty obvious, but she wasn't giving me those. So I was, like, losing my mind. I was like, this is so confusing. And I didn't know if it was just because I'm on the spectrum and just misreading things, or, like, what the situation was. But based on, like, a lot of the conversations, it seems like this was either, like, a blockage or kind of like an Eva situation, where there's just kind of one of those things you have to initiate to open the floodgates to that level.
Sorry, Umi distracted me with her comment. We have to dig into that a little bit later. Umi, I'm very curious. But yeah, in my situation, bro, I was like, what the fuck is happening here? I was like, am I unqualified for this? For this position?
Yeah, I'm like...
And I was like, and in my situation, it was like, okay, maybe the next time. And I was like, okay, maybe the next time. And it's like, I was like, all right, fuck it. I got to fuck it mode. I don't know if you got to fuck it mode. I got to fuck it. And I put the cheeks in the bag. Nobody gets hurt, right? I got there.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, you could have asked for the cheeks. You could have asked anytime. I was like, really? It was available like that? I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah, at the time I didn't get that. I kept telling myself, because this was you're great, I like you. I'm just cautious because of my dating kind of girl. And I made the mistake of, like, giving that caution grace, because it felt like she was asking for more safety. So, like, this was like a safety oriented woman. So I leaned that way. But that was my mistake, was kind of offering grace. I think a boundary I kind of set in those situations. I need to go with the fuck it approach. Just put the coochie in the bag, immediately. I'll try that one next time. But I think the boundary I kind of had is, like, if I don't see... Sorry, chat. I think sometimes after her, I think I kind of overcorrected. Like, instead of trying to process the mixed signals, like, if I didn't see them after, like, the third or fourth date, I would just check out. I would just leave the situation and assume it's not there. But maybe it's kind of hearing Eva's side. It brings a lot of context that, like, I've heard you discuss it, and I've heard it from the men's side, like, how to process it, but hearing the woman's perspective on it gave me clarity. Like, okay, this is what's going on in her head. I understand it a little more fully now. So next time I see that, because I could swear, if Eva has a twin, I was I was dating her in that situation.
Right.
Pretty similar. So I think going forward, I'll probably try that approach. I think sometimes in my head too, like I'm kind of juggling between how to be unapologetic with my desire and without being too pushy, because both factors exist. You want to go after what you desire without any kind of restriction or excuses, and at the same time understand when those
You can
windows are
you
there,
can
so you're not
always the last ditch effort is you can always verbally state what your desire. So you're kind of like, it's like, okay, at this point I've been making a move where it's like it's nonverbal, right? That's what you're describing, the dynamic that's nonverbal. You're picking up on her nonverbal communication, she's picking up on yours, right? And you just naturally escalate. But then you're describing a dynamic where it's like, okay, well, her nonverbal communication is off. Like, someone's flipped the switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that situation, you can always verbally say it. Remember, I'm not for asking permission. It's more so you state a desire, like I want X, right? And then you can make something shake. Like that's like your Hail Mary. At the end of the day, if you gotta verbally say it, you gotta verbally say it. Obviously, it's best if you can just physically, do the dance. But if not, you may have to put that verbal command out there or put the coochie in the bag, as you said. So, yeah, that's the way forward.
in the bag.
In the bag. In the
In the
bag.
bag.
Right?
Yo, you know what? With Danny talking, it reminded me of something that he said. He was like, when I look at you, you have everything. It's like you got it all together. You're a boss when it comes to like work and everything, or your endeavors, the things that we talk about. So I don't understand why you're being like this when it comes to, the intimacy part of it. And I didn't have an answer for him. But I had a question for both of you, especially for Danny, being that you're on the other side of it, right? What would have been a good signal to give to kind of like nudge you in
So
that direction?
I would say a pretty obvious green light for me. Like what I said, when I walk someone to the car, before I get the door, the hug. When I pull away, I will intentionally stay close enough to brush cheeks. And I don't pull away all the way. I kind of stay like right there. And I see if she stays there and holds eye contact, or even if she steps away and makes like a compliment, like she might be like, "You smell really good tonight," or "I like your eyes," or "What color are your eyes?" She'll usually remark in some way to signal like interest, and that's when I know it's time to kiss. Make the move. That's like the somatic window I'm used to. That's the common one. Or if you're holding eye contact for like a prolonged period of time and it's just silence, that's a good time to just make the move. Small signals like that are more than enough for the right man to just do his thing. But a little bit goes a long way. You don't have to give him like a written permission slip where you're like, "You now have consent to kiss me."
It's going. Everything Danny is saying is spot on, because it's like that's what I have in the course is for guys who are not used to escalating. You do the hug move, and then if they stay in the pocket, that's your indicator, right? The problem that Eva's describing is,
I was about to say,
like,
what's been in the pocket?
the what's being missed here is, in your situation, Danny, where you do pull that off, you're getting other green flag indicators throughout the date. She's not giving any throughout the date. So even when he gets to that moment, he's not even psychologically conditioned to like, or in the psychological state to even make a move, because he's already ruled that out.
So what can I be doing throughout the date to like facilitate that? Because I can accept that I'm not doing what I could be doing, but to be honest, I don't know what I'm supposed to be. I might just book a call with you. You know what? Okay. Do you have the 2 slot? Is there one more?
Yeah, I got one. I got one more now. I do got one more. Okay. But I mean, like, the thing that really did you in was like verbally telling him that you didn't like to be touched like that. And it was that coupled with your lack of reciprocation. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like not only are you not reciprocating physically, you also verbally came out your mouth and said that you're not comfortable with it. So like he heard you say that, and now you've displayed how much evidence that aligns with that. So now he's just ruled it out, right? He's like, okay, well, when she is comfortable, she's gonna show me through her physicality, and you haven't. So now he's like, all right, well, I haven't seen any signs that she's interested. So, mind you, this is a rare experience, because like I've only had this experience like one time. I have a lot of dating experience. It only happened this once, right? So it's not like there's like a lot of women out there who are wired like that. So
yeah, I think one of the things with that connection too, like she was receptive to like touch or being close, but she didn't want to hold she wouldn't want to hold hands with me.
I can find that corny.
I like took her hand, for like a moment, but she did not like holding hands for like prolonged period. It seemed like there was like a blockage with like intimacy and depth. It seemed like anytime I moved us in that direction, she would move away. So there was that kind of too. But anything that you signal that's like I'm not comfortable with this,
Right.
it's gonna feel like a boundary.
yes,
It's gonna feel like I don't want to do this right now. But if you keep spending time with them and talking to them, it seems like a not right now thing, not like a not ever.
yeah. Like if a guy touches you and then you stiffen up,
Mhm.
right? If you don't like kind of like melt into it, then we perceive
Yeah.
that as like appreciate you, Umi. Then we perceive that as this she's not comfortable with this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. So that's why I said
So just
Go.
touch, just touch. So reciprocate the touching. Like if as he's touching me on my thigh or like my shoulder or like whatever, do the same thing for him too.
Just a little bit.
Would be a good
Not
start.
doing too much, just little bits, you know.
Mhm.
An ounce of softness
Okay.
goes a long way.
yeah.
Okay.
And you can, like I said, you can start this off by like just you know, replaying the dates in your head, seeing the kind of times that he did touch you and the ways that he touched you, right? And then just clarifying what you would do in that situation. Made that decision before you go on another date, and then you just default to that behavior. It can be if he pulled you closer, you just kind of like lay your head on him or something like that, right? That goes a long way. All of that is like, okay, when she's feeling this, right?
Yeah.
If you don't do any of that, then we're just going to be on the edge, like, okay, well then you're not in this thing. You're not attracted. You don't like me for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I can definitely see him thinking that I'm not attracted to him, but I promise y'all, it's really not an attraction thing. He is good looking and his body is T. That's not the problem, I promise. And if he was just somebody that was going to be, you know, having fun with, I wouldn't have any issue.
Now he
But
knows
I think
that.
now I know too much, and I'm in my head a bit too.
So now he knows about the top lips. What about the bottom lips? Have you had the conversation?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I told him. I did.
How did he receive that?
He is okay with it. Okay, and I only think he's okay with it because he's at a point where, and he was very upfront with me on that. He's at the point where he's ready to settle down. He's gotten his stuff in order. He's done the work. So now he's like, okay, whoever I'm going to be with, I have to do this to the best of my capabilities. So I'm not trying to waste any time when it comes to that.
Okay.
So if it means that we'll have to hold off and then wait till marriage, it's fine with him. So he's told me, right? But then he's also in his like high 30s. So like it's like I'm not really I think he's 30, he's 37.
Okay.
So it's like with everything that he said so far, and the way he's lived this, he was in New York for like almost 20 years. So it's like now he's away from that. He's back on this side of town,
Yeah.
and it's more so to settle down. So he said he was okay.
Okay.
We'll see how okay he is because, listen, I did share with him that if I was able to, I'm 30. I did tell him that if, right, because I know me, I like doing the do. I'm not doing it. but I like doing the do, right? And I told him that if it comes down to us eventually doing it, that's a good enough reason for me to not move on to marriage. So for me, it's not a deal breaker. Okay, I'm human. I'm a sinner. If I'm going to sin, I will repent for my sin.
Oh, so you already ready? You already preparing yourself?
Just
No, I'm a logical person.
Okay.
I'm a logical person. I'm a logical person, okay, and I'm a realist.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God,
All
I'm
right.
not gonna. No, things happen. Remember, pants by your ankles.
All right. You
It
gotta
can
let Bobby know that too, because that's probably why he won't like so aggressively pursuing.
I did tell Bobby.
I'm talking about as
Bobby
far
is
as
just
like I'm talking about as far as the possibility of pants around ankle situation.
I did tell him.
These tricks I'm about
It's
to
just
do.
with Bobby and I, it's the distance really, and he's booked and busy.
Booked and busy. Okay. All right.
Yes, but he knows. I told him like I'm not on no type of like purity journey where I'm judging myself and I'm judging other people.
Right.
Not at all. I'm just at a point where I realized that I was using my sexuality the wrong way.
Right.
Because I told you I was an amazing friends with benefit.
Right.
That was most of my 20s. So now I'm trying to do things as I'm working on myself and bettering myself and like finding my identity. I've decided to take that off the table.
Okay.
And I'm at a point where now that I'm intentionally dating, I'm like looking into whoever I'm interacting with for long-term commitment. So it just makes sense
Umi,
that
no,
I can wait until marriage.
Umi, no, you don't need to get like either. Just hold off on that. Just hold off on that a little while longer. But
So for me, it's just more so just me, self-discipline, getting to know myself better and taking things that I used to use as like transactions. Because I wasn't getting paid for it, y'all. I wasn't selling the kitty cat, no. But I was saying like transaction as far as
somebody
like,
say you were selling it, or did you just come up?
No, myself, the way I said it, it
Oh,
didn't
okay.
come out right.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify. But I was
Yeah.
definitely using like the physical, I was using the physical intimacy like a guy.
Okay.
Like straight up, just like I'm getting something from it and that's it. Nothing deeper than that.
Right.
And now I'm realizing that I have my own trauma, right?
Yeah.
Things that I thought were normal and okay actually isn't. So as I'm working through that, I'm just kind of like changing some of my behaviors, and that's kind of how abstinence came about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm with you. I agree with that. I think that's a good thing. I think you're thinking about it the right way. I think he's serious about it. I don't think he's just telling you that.
And he's a man of God too. His auntie is a pastor. And he be checking me when I, get lazy and not go to church on Sunday. We definitely share
All right. Okay.
Sunday's notes.
All right.
The fact that
We'll
he's
see.
checked out at this point without
Exactly. It aligns, right? It aligns with the willingness to wait.
Yeah.
So I think that I think he's serious about it. If marriage is in the future, you have to have to be at the wedding.
Yeah, I have to get myself together.
And here's the thing, y'all gotta give me a toast.
Oh, absolutely. No, you're gonna be in there. What you
Right.
mean? First table on the right.
Exactly. I need a toast just for me. Just
Yeah,
absolutely,
you're on to like the VIP table.
absolutely. I need to see what the cousin's looking like.
I got you. That's not even a thought. Excuse me? We've been
Okay.
on this journey for what, like 6 months now?
All right. Umi said I can pass for Ethiopian. I just can't talk. That's what she told me. She was like, if you go
Even
there,
if you talk, we'll just say that you were born here, but your parents are from Ethiopia,
There
so
we
you're
go.
Ethiopian.
There
It
we go.
works. That's not even. FYI, it's a 3-day wedding, so get your stamina.
it's a
where it needs
3-day
to
wedding.
be. Yes.
That's like culturally, it's a 3-day wedding.
Yes.
Okay, nice. I could do that. Hell yeah. Danny, you
It's
coming?
like 3 weddings in one. No,
Danny,
I'm not East African. I'm from Central Africa. I'm from Cameroon.
yeah,
But
Danny.
everyone thinks I'm Ethiopian too, though. So for
Really?
whatever reason, I think it's my forehead. I have a legendary forehead. Hold on, let me put my camera.
Legendary forehead. Got the touch screen forehead. Oh, your forehead isn't big, either. Hey, There she is.
Hey, yo.
There she is. Yeah, it's the forehead. I would say it's the
It's like
forehead.
6 fingers.
Right.
Why are you looking like a head of broccoli?
It looks nice.
It's my hair. Oh my god. Dang, Danny.
Wow, Danny.
I'm a black girl in my blackness. Dang.
Would I be a
going
good
on?
big brother if I didn't
Can
pick
I
on
have
you?
an afro?
I have an afro. When this grows out, it gets out there. I'm the king of broccoli heads. That's why I'm making the joke.
Dang. Yeah, my brother
Hey,
said
you
I have an
backtrack
afro.
masterfully. That was well executed. I like
But it's
that.
okay. I like Danny. It's okay. It's okay. You know,
Would I be a good brother if I didn't bully you from time to time? You know?
all good. All good.
Head of broccoli. This is the first time, like, and you don't turn the camera on often. You always,
Don't.
you gotta start doing that more. You gotta
Because
start.
usually I'm in places I'm not supposed to be in, but I'm in my room right now,
Uh-oh.
so it's okay.
You know, Hannah come over here. She got multiple cameras on. I'm like, did the shit switch like a newscaster?
You know what's funny?
Hannah be talking to you. She'll turn. There'll be another camera right there. I'm like, what the fuck? Go ahead.
I don't like cameras. I don't feel like I'm photogenic. I don't like. I've always been told I look better in person, so I don't like cameras.
I get the same thing.
So it's like, hence probably why I don't do any content. Like I don't post nothing online, because I'm like,
You should. You should post about your
it's not
fearful,
really.
avoidant journey.
After talking to you today, I realized that I'm not even at 25% of where I'm supposed to be.
Really?
I have a lot of work to do.
It's
Yeah, because
but
like it's like I've realized that now I'm in an awareness phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you stop streaming on YouTube?
Mm-mm. Should I?
Bonus content. It's Easter. It's Easter weekend. They get a little bonus.
I just
Right.
changed
I
subject
changed-
randomly. I'm sorry. What were you talking about? I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
You said you're not even 25% of where you should be, and I was going to tell
Yes.
you it's progress,
Yes.
not perfection, right?
Exactly. So what I've realized is like now I'm just aware of things, but I still don't know how to apply it. And I'm realizing, like, I feel like now, I feel like I'm a baby when it comes to relationship. Like I don't know anything
Right.
because everything that I was doing was so toxic. And like maybe now I'm getting in my head even more because I'm like, I thought I was doing all this work, I'm unpacking my trauma with my therapist. Now I know where it's coming from, what's causing it, and then I'm reacting this way.
Have
But
you
the
heard of
freeze-
You were digging the roots,
Talked about
right?
it.
You're expecting to see like the plant sprout, but you don't understand like the
Yeah.
root system is most important, right? So that's what all the work you've been doing is deeper roots, and then you get to a different. You'll reach a certain threshold where now it's spring and now everything is sprouting. And everything happens suddenly, right? So that's what situation you're in. Don't think that because there's no visible or tangible evidence that growth has not occurred. It absolutely has.
Yeah.
But and then a lot of people also stay stuck in those cycles for decades. You'll see women 50, 60 calling in being like, he hasn't texted me back in 2 months. What do I do?
Like homegirl from yesterday.
Yeah.
What was her situation? I
Yeah.
forgot.
I was watching the recording.
Yeah.
The one at the
way
end?
I see
Crazy.
growth,
The one at the
the
end?
way I see,
Like the last
the
caller?
way I see,
No, not the last one from yesterday. The lady with the 18-year-old.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was the last
listening.
caller.
I'm like,
yeah,
Yeah, we had to block her.
yeah.
She had to get blocked.
yeah, I don't want to be
Whoa.
that person. I
You're
don't want
good, Eva. The way I see growth is there's like 3 layers. There's the education, execution, and embodiment. You're educating yourself on the situation and you're getting a better understanding of what's going on under the hood, which is more than most people do. Now you're kind of in the execution part. You're practicing what you've learned. You're putting it out there and seeing what happens. Eventually you will embody this. It'll become second nature. It will be a thing of the past and you'll be able to advise other people on how to do it. But you're growing, and that means a lot.
Facts. I know you're getting frustrated because you can't wait to throw that ass, but it's coming. Your time is coming.
That's part of it.
I know.
That's part of it too.
I know. You're like, I need to throw this ass. This ass ain't been thrown. It's been many moons since I threw this ass, and I really would like
We're
to do
getting
it
ready
again.
for Bobby.
Huh?
It's been
We're
like
getting
how long
ready
has
for
it been?
Bobby.
It's been like 3 years.
See, like, I gotta get this right.
Breathe.
I gotta pass the bar exam so I can throw this ass. So, but you're close. It's happening. It's gonna happen. All right. You gotta stay the course.
Okay. Be more touchy feely. Step one.
All right.
Even though I don't like it.
Even if you don't like it.
I'll be honest, and that's the thing. It's like I'm not reciprocating. It's not because like I know that I can. I don't feel comfortable touching somebody. When I tell you, like, it took me a while to be comfortable with hugs from strangers. Like, even that, I used to give like church hug, like the side hug, even to like people that I was close to, because I'm like, I don't like it, right?
Baby steps.
Yeah, and that's why I said that I know that he's probably looking at me thinking that she ain't feeling me like that. She don't like me because I'm not like if I'm allowing him to touch me. Yeah.
Right.
Start small. Start with something that's not necessarily intimate or romantic, and ease yourself into it when you're ready for your romantic connection. Like, for example, if you find something funny someone says, like, you can easily just throw like a hand out and like nudge them in the arm, like things like that. Small little touches like that can get you more comfortable with it when you actually want to do it.
Okay, practice with friends.
Yeah, you don't have to act as if in this situation until y'all cross the threshold where you have comfortability with it. Like, it's a very interesting thing about a lot of fearful avoidance that I've talked to is a lot of the relationships they've ended up in where it was like a friend to lovers type of dynamic, because it's like they had someone who was just around for a long period of time to where the dynamic they had never spiked their anxiety, so they were like safe, and it just eases into like a romantic connection.
Yep, all my relationships.
Yeah, it seems like it's harder for them to like meet somebody like starting off romantic, because even coming into that frame, starting from that frame, already spikes things. It makes things uncomfortable. So it's very interesting. Y'all are like the but I keep saying this though, like once y'all actually get into the connection and do the work obviously to heal so you're not so chaotic, you make for some of the best partners.
I'm trying.
Imagine how much fun you would have with Eva.
Hmm?
I was talking to Dan. Like, imagine how much fun you would have with Eva. Like, you actually were in a relationship, the way she laughs and jokes and just a personality.
You know what? I'm a very goofy person. It's just when it comes to intimacy, I'm completely different. It's not like if it's nothing. I don't know what it is. Like, okay, now I know why intimacy is so hard. But it's like it's two different persona,
right,
that show up, and I can't control it. I can't control it. But I'm really, and that's what I'm saying by I don't even know what to do, and why I asked you guys, and I read the comments also. So I'm definitely going to be implementing being more comfortable touching, because even sharing my emotion at some point was very difficult, right? And now I'm at a point where I can sit here in front of 200 people and talk about how not in control I am. That's not very me. So like that took work to be here, but it didn't click in my mind that the same like repetition I needed to do with me sharing my emotion and verbalizing it, I also have to do that with touch now.
right.
Like I just haven't, like even my family, only my brother hugs me. He doesn't give me a choice.
I go the same way.
And you know what? When I think about it, my mom doesn't like hugs either.
Yeah.
So it's really funny when like I'm going through something and she's trying to comfort me, and she'll give me like the the cheesiest hug ever, and I'm like, now we both feel awkward.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to do that?
Yeah.
You know?
Hug.
It made it worse.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you're trying, but like, mom, like now we're both awkward. I can't even talk about the guy, that made me feel X, Y, and Z. Now we're both weird. Like, why'd you have to touch me? So.
And the funny thing, I'm like that, like romantically with my son, like very like physical, but other family, it's like no. I kind of one hand how many times I've hugged other members of my family. Where our family isn't very like
Touchy feely.
yeah, they don't express their feelings, their love through physicality, right?
Yeah.
Which is probably where the need for physical touch came from. Like they say that your love language is oftentimes something that was deprived,
Lacking.
Mm.
Yeah.
left a hole,
Yeah.
right? That's probably why a lot of men like physical touch because it's like you typically aren't as physically like lovey dovey with boys as you are with girls, usually. So
Okay.
yeah,
So I'll
but
start hugging my brother back. He hugs me, I don't hug him. But I'll start hugging him back when he does. So he's learned to give me like back hugs. So I don't have a choice but to just touch his arm. Like, okay.
oh, you guys are from the back, so like it's more
Yeah.
comfortable for you. You got a sneak attack, a sneak
Yeah.
attack, huh?
There.
Now that I say, I'm like, that doesn't sound right. That is not a way to live. But yeah, so realization.
But
So
your
I'll
love
start
language is
practicing.
but your love language is still physical touch, though, right?
I'll be honest with you. Okay, so okay. Here is how I figured out my love language was physical touch. Mr. Africa. Remember Mr. Africa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the
Mr.
business,
Africa was
right?
anxious. Way back then, when I traveled in October,
Right.
he was very. I think he's anxious. That's my little whatever. But he was very the one that was like, "Oh, we're gonna get married." This and that. Blah, blah, blah. He was very touchy. So the very first night, he had already broke the touch barrier
Mm-hmm.
and was touching my legs. When he noticed that I was okay with it, he was just all over.
That
So
was
I
nice.
didn't even have to think.
Yeah.
Right? He would love me. I didn't have to think about it. It was, and then when he would like have me in his arm, I realized that, oh my God, I like this. I feel calm. I feel safe. It's not so bad, you
Right.
know. But that's because he didn't give me a choice. He put me in it, and he was like, oh,
What is this tingly feeling?
Put
Yeah,
put the coochie in the bag again. It's a stick up. It's a stick up. That's all that works on y'all.
Because I was like, you know what? Yeah, do it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's when I realized that, oh, I like this. And it wasn't anything. And by then, I had already started doing the work, right? So it's like now when I'm in interactions with people, I'm a bit more aware. So I was able to sit there and kind of like reflect with myself in that moment because we'll literally be in the car because he had like chauffeurs and stuff. So he is not driving. So as we're going places, we're both in the back seat, and he will always like cradle me in a way, and I'm like, I enjoy this. Like, okay, let's keep doing this. So the entire 2 weeks, that's kind of how like the interaction was, and for me, I loved it. So I'm like, maybe I do like physical touch. It might be my love language. I'm just not used to it, but that's something that I'm lacking and that I enjoy.
You remind me of this.
Thank you for giving me
You
that.
remind me of this parrot comic I saw. This parrot's like, this person's giving the parrot a cracker, and he's like, get that thing away from me. He like bites it hostily, but he actually likes the taste of the cracker, so he starts cheesing. I feel like that's you. You're like, get away from me. Oh, this is nice. I like this.
Right. So you didn't. Okay. So, but you had like recently met him though. So you went. What did you think your love language was before that experience?
Quality time. Let's just sit, be in my presence and do nothing, say nothing. I am that type of person.
See, I hate that shit. I've heard people say, I can't stand that shit, bro. I've heard so many people be like, oh, like, they'll be like, what's your dream connection? It's like, we can just be in the same room. We're just in the same room, but we're not talking. We're not engaging at all. We're just together doing our own thing. I'm like, who the fuck wants to do that? I want to engage. I'm like, you've seen Rick and Morty, Mr. Meeseeks? Yeah, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. Look at me. We have to engage in the conversation. I'm so annoying. Bro, this is a good outlet for me. Because in a relationship, this is how I am. I'll read a book, because I'm always educating myself, and I'll get excited about an idea, and I'm like, I gotta share this with somebody. You, babe, come here, and then she sits down, and I give my dissertation. I'm like, what do you think?
Your face right now.
Like, what do you think? What do you think about that? I remember Ash used to be like, I used to get so mad, bro. Like, I'll be talking to her, and she would like look at her phone. I'm like, what are you doing? Hold on, what's going on?
I can see the anxiety on your face.
Right? I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Look at me. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. And then it's like, what are you looking at your phone for? That doesn't make any sense. So she would look at me with such disdain, but sometimes like, I don't give a fuck about any of this. I couldn't care less about what you're talking about. It was so annoying. But like, that's when I hear quality time, that's my example of quality time. It is like,
but see,
connection.
if you do that though, then you have to, as you're engaging, you have to share more about yourself. You have to be more intimate. That means I too have to be vulnerable. You see how it's a cascade of things? Hence why I say quality time, we're together, but
right.
we're doing our own thing.
But it's like, I think that's like a fearful avoidant thing too, because it's like my ex is fearful avoidant. She just leaned avoidant. And I think that's like the best of both worlds. Because, you want connection, but you also fear it. But it's like, you're here, but I don't have to really connect with you. But you're not so far away that I feel, you're not so far away that I feel like you're abandoning me. So it's like, you're here, but there's also like psychological distance, even though you're physically here in my presence. I can't stand that. And they describe like it's romantic. My ex did the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
I thought so too. Like,
we're just, he's reading the
now
book,
I know
I'm reading
that
the
it's
book.
wrong.
It's not
Now
wrong
I know that
per
it's
se.
wrong. Well, it's not really like, you're not really doing anything for the other person. That's what I mean by that. Like, it's not efficient in a relationship.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that before. Like, for me, it was normal. And that's why I always attract anxiously attached people. Because it's like, now you're all over me, and it's like, right? But I know better. So even if I see that now, instead of running away, I'm trying to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
But before, I was like, no, let's just, you sit here, I sit here. Every so often, we'll say one or two things, but we're each doing our own thing. And I love you, and I know that you love me, and I don't have to keep telling you I love you. You don't have to keep telling me you love me. Like, we know, like, we get each other. It's like telepathic. You don't have to do too much work if it's telepathic. Right? Like telepathy, like up here.
Right.
That was me.
That shouldn't work for me. I'm out of here. Like, I'm packing my bags while you sit there and getting all up in your phone.
I'm not trying to sit here and marinate with you.
Right. And I'm not even some needy type of person either, bro. Like, I'm not even the person, like, even the example I gave, that's like once a day, if that. That ain't like 24/7. But when I want to connect, I want to connect. I want to actually connect, right? Then I go off, after we connect, I go off do my own thing. 'Cause I don't want you up on under my ass either. I used to get so annoyed when I was working, because I would be the type of person, like, if I'm busy doing something, that's when she wants attention. I'm busy doing something now. I'm writing right now, right? But that whole, like, we're on the same bed living two different lives shit.
Yeah, it's not, unless the other person is like that, but then it ends up being boring. Somebody has to kind of bring things to excitement.
Yeah, and I think, like...
Noted, Super.
I will also say that, do you think you're bored? Have you ever... You never lived with anybody, have you?
No. Baby, I love my space.
But I've noticed that is also a trend with fearful avoidance as well. I don't know. I've had limited experience. In their space, they're a different person if they're stimulated. You get them out of like their home environment, they're more animated, they're more stimulated. In their home abode, they like flatten a lot. Do you do that at all? And I'm like, whoa, this is boring. ADHD, I need stimulation. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, we were just out. We just had a blast. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm a completely different person. Like, I'm mainly extroverted when I'm outside, and I'm introverted when I'm inside.
I'm like, what just happened?
Because
why
what do you
are
need
you
to do
not?
too much?
I don't know, bro. That shit's boring to me. I'm like, I need stimulation. I need
I'm a
something.
recovering introvert. Took a lot of work to get out of that box, but yeah, now I'm always pretty social. Well, no, there's times where I might just like get socially flat, but when I'm outside, like I'm very social and engaging.
Right.
But when I'm home in my house, I kind of cool down a bit.
Yeah, I think that's like normal. It's more so like to what degree?
When in relationship, it's like if we're inside, do your own thing, I'm doing my own thing, and it's
When
just
we're inside,
we're
I'm
chilling.
going in the bag at my house for sure.
Well, I'm abstinent, so that can't. We have to do some other things, right?
Oh yeah, if you're abstaining, that would definitely piss me off. You're abstaining and you flat?
You know, you just come to my house.
You're abstaining and you're flat? Whoa, you gotta give me something. I need personality or ass. Which is it going to be? Something going in this bag though.
Thanks.
Personality or ass. Which one you want to do? I'm giving it's your choice. So I gotta have some degree of stimulation.
Okay. See, things to talk. You're giving me things to think about, right?
Right.
Things to think about.
Exactly.
Because I've never lived with a man. I've never. I don't intend to.
It's
but
so
I'm also
rough.
the type of person. No, I really don't. I'll be quite honest. I really don't.
Oh,
That's
you
what
mean
I'm getting
like
on
after
the
you
house.
get married, you're still not living
Yeah,
with
yeah,
anybody?
that's what we're moving after we get married. You have to give me 2 weeks. Yes, to mentally prepare myself.
Okay,
But
but
once I'm in
you
it-
are gonna move in when you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, if you're giving me perfect word, right? How would you like your living situation with your husband to be? If you are rich enough to have 2 houses next to one another, chef kiss.
There was another woman who came. It was a woman who used to come in live early. She was here a lot, but she stopped coming. But she was talking about she wanted that kind of dynamic where it's like we live side by side or in the same neighborhood. And I'm like, I don't think you really want to be with anybody, love. Like, it sounds like very
I
like
would not mind it.
her my
I
convenience.
would not mind it. Knowing me, I would not mind it. But we're working. I'm working on it because
Right.
I'm not comfortable with it. Right? In a year, I might be Miss Touchy Feely everybody on the street, just like, hey stranger, whoop.
Right. Just giving it out, giving out hugs.
It's everybody. You gotta touch. You gotta touch.
Don't touch
Everybody
everybody.
gets a slap
Have you
on
met
the
Bobby
on the
yet?
arms.
Off TikTok?
No, he was supposed to come to DC last
I
weekend.
feel like as soon as you meet him, his avoidance is just gonna leave the body. Like an evil spirit.
Bobby's goofy. We are goofy together. Goofy together. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I also think that I'm really good at mirroring people. I've noticed that.
Mhm.
So it's like whatever energy you give me, you're gonna get that out of me.
Right.
So if you come flat, I will give you flat. But if you come like we don't care about what happens, I'll give you the same thing. So I'm very like
That's like attunement. That's like a fearful avoidance thing.
flexible.
That's why I said that they sometimes make the best partners once they heal because they have a pronounced ability to attune, so they can read you very well and like know what your needs are.
Yeah.
Right. So you know they really deeply understand the person that they're with. It's just they got to get
I
past
don't
all
know how
this
to make
other
them
shit.
understand me.
Right.
That's where I struggle. Because I
Right.
feel like people don't understand me and I
Well,
struggle with telling them how to.
I mean,
Now I'm using my words, but I have to do more than that.
as a fearful avoidant, you also have struggle to understand yourself, right? It's like where. Typically, I say fearful avoidant. Like, why'd you do that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was hoping you could tell me. I was hoping you could tell me why I did that. I have no fucking idea why I did what I just did.
We could have kissed from date number 2. Why did I do what I did? I don't know because I didn't even want to do it. But I still got in my car and buckled my seatbelt. That's what triggered all of this. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Had he yanked me off on my hip, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Because we would have made out in the parking lot.
Well, I learned my lesson. You just got to turn to King Von on him. Word to Zion. You turn it when you get around the fearful. You gotta turn to King Von, bro.
Just throw it in the bag.
Exactly.
In the bag.
That's how you gotta turn to a YN. Oh, I see what this is. I see what you about. All right, real quick. Put on some drill music. Change the mood real
But I think
quick.
you got the picture. I
Huh?
got the picture. You got the picture. I kind of told him you kind of have to take it.
Right. That's it. That's it. So it's almost like that, bro. You really like we joking, but it's dead ass. And sometimes you gotta have that energy with some of them. You just gotta really read it. You gotta really know what situation you're in.
Yeah.
You gotta really know what
Because it's not
situation you're in.
really in the age of we don't like submission and all of these things. It doesn't quite make sense to want to approach a woman in that way. But I'm realizing that when it comes to intimacy, I need guidance. I need leadership from whoever I'm dealing with.
Right.
You need to be borderline Rob.
I don't have what it takes to take. I am not a femme fatale. I'm not. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not
You're not what?
femme fatale.
Femme fatale?
She's saying
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got
I'm
you.
not.
You see him to throw you in the van. Drive off.
He really has to. And then once it's unlocked, baby.
It's over with.
You remember the alter ego that I was talking to
Right.
you about? That
Right.
alter ego comes out.
Oh yeah, switch because like then you it's like you go from one extreme to the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You become extra with it.
I'm trying to find the middle ground. where
But
I'm
then that can also drop off like the longer you're with the person though. It's not like that's a permanent setting. Right, that avoidance kicks in. I hate that avoidance shit, man. My God.
Me too. Now that I know what it is,
It's brutal work.
I feel helpless, and I'm usually able to figure things out.
Uh-huh.
And like, I'm pretty good at the way my brain works. I'm good at reverse engineering things.
Right.
Whatever it is, no matter how complex it gets,
You can figure it
I
out.
can break it apart and then I can explain it to someone else, like to a fifth grader.
Right.
That's my God-given talent.
Mhm.
And I mean, on a variety of topics. When it comes to intimacy, I feel lost. I feel helpless, borderline helpless. It's that bad.
I mean, that's your cross to carry, right? 'Cause it's like
Yeah, that's not thorn in the flesh.
everybody is having a hard time out here. Every single person. I fight against any kind of toxic instinct all the time. I'm like, I know how to do all the dark shit. I'm like a magician. I'm like, do I use white magic or dark magic? I'm trying to avoid House Slytherin. You feel me? I can go Voldemort. I got the head for it. I can go Voldemort in a minute. But I'm trying to be Harry. But it's hard being Harry out here. When Voldemort gets like the reactions. But everybody
I'm trying
struggling.
to be the good guy, but I could really be a villain.
And I really can go there. Like I can do it. I can get into that bag if you need me to. I try to be nice. But if you want to go there, I know all the tricks, all the tactics. Right? But
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
this is what it is. I don't teach any of it. I'll teach Danny. I'll show Danny some stuff. But it's like it's the EA in you. What's the EA? What's that?
Oh, Ethiopian? Eritrean?
Is that what she's saying?
I think so.
It's the East African in
But
you.
I'm not sure.
What is
She's
like
she's-
the tendency
East
to
African,
be good
yeah.
instead of bad, or the capacity for being bad? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
She just called out all of East Africa. Damn you, me.
You gonna have Danny out here big pimping? Yeah, I can show Danny a thing or two, man. There's some the rabbit hole goes deep.
He needs him some chocolate, so when he sees an afro, he doesn't call the woman broccoli head or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a sign, wasn't it? It was a sign of limited exposure. It was like you say broccoli. It was like, oh, you haven't been in this situation a lot, have you? Okay, I get it.
I
get
have.
it. Okay, Danny, talk to us. How many times, Danny? How many times have you explored Willy Wonka's factory?
Got my comment. Hey, I have 2 black sisters. I don't know if I shared that.
Okay.
So I've lived with them for most of my life. I've dated. I mean, I've dated all kinds of women, but I do lean towards black women.
Okay. I'm learning things new about you, Danny. I didn't know that. There we go.
There's just some people I bully and some people I flirt with that just, gotta pick and choose.
You know what's funny? I have played in the snow a few times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I took them all to the same venue unintentionally, and it clicked one day. I think I took all of them to the same. No. I have to immediately grab somebody of color and take those are the only people I took to that specific venue. It just happened that way. So I'm like, oh no, y'all are gonna report me to Umar. I can't have this happen. My reputation uphold.
Yeah. It's funny. The last girl I was seeing, she would point out, I guess they're like other black people would like give her a stare when she saw us together, but they'd be with a white girl at the same time. So they'd both be like giving each other the stare, like, what are you doing? We were both playing in the snow. Mine was playing in the sand, but he was playing in the snow.
I tell you what, I don't know how the white guys they pull the baddest black women, bro. I do not understand how that happens. But you can also tell when a black woman like really likes white men. You can just tell. I don't know what it is. It's something. The phenotype is pretty consistent though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty consistent.
Yeah.
When their hair don't look right, when they never learn how to do their hair properly.
Bad wig is one of them.
You like them white boys, don't you?
No.
You like them white boys, don't you? Yeah.
The ones I did know how to do their hair. Well,
no, I'm not saying.
Actually,
I'm talking about the ones who exclusively.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm going back in the archives, and the more you say that.
Yeah, you were like an experiment.
The more I think it's actually true.
You were an experiment. They were like Jimmy Neutron in the lab. Well, I'll try this out. A little science experiment. We'll see. They were like James Goodall.
Yeah,
right,
it's unconventional.
Exactly, that pink meat. But like they when they like are committed to it though, that's the trade-off. They lose the ability to clearly see their hairdo.
Now
there's some spiritual element. It's like your curse for only dealing with white men is you can't perceive how goofy your hair looks.
I appreciate
you can no longer tell.
I truly do. I'll take that trade-off for chocolate cheeks, okay? Gladly.
Right. Chocolate cheeks is hilarious. Someone said not true at all. We got a hit dog holler. So simply H.
I don't even know if it's like fully cheating with me though, because I'm more like white chocolate with a little cinnamon. I'm not like the full snow cone.
Right. Right.
It's a little cheat code.
That's a new one.
There you go, man. Yeah, you are definitely ethnically ambiguous. I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know who I was talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I am Mexican, Italian, Lebanese.
Right. You're like Panacea. Not Panacea. What's the name of the one consonant, one landmass? What is it? Pangea. Yeah.
What'd you say before?
I said Panacea. That's like a cure-all.
Panacea.
It was close. But yeah, when I first mentioned, I was like, "What the fuck is this? Motherfucker is a mixture of everybody I've ever met in my life. Somehow." You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ.
626 over here.
Exactly. You're everybody. It's the whole world did the fusion dance, and Danny was born and shit. But yeah, man. So when you dated black women, were you like shooting in public, or were you like dating app situations?
Started back in middle school.
Middle school, okay. So you like chocolate milk from a kid.
So my first awakening came when I saw Stomp the Yard, and I saw Make It Good for the first time, and I became very curious. I was like, this woman's fine, and I don't know why.
Right.
The real awakening came when Kelly Rowland dropped her motivation music video, that was the moment I like just knew. I was like, oh, I like this.
Right.
I like this. And then I felt like I got along better with the black girls than I did with white or Hispanic or Asian ones.
Okay.
So I just had more chemistry with them. But then I've dated around throughout the years. But I came back to what's good. You know, what's tried and true for me.
Tried and true. There we go.
I don't see myself coming home to casseroles and Taylor Swift. I think I'm more of a lavender and
sometimes you gotta have your Epcot season. You feel me? You gotta go around the world real quick. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta get a sampler platter. You feel me?
Yeah, you gotta get international. You know.
Get a little taste.
Stuff.
Get a little taste of everything, and you gotta come back. I couldn't marry like outside of like black. Maybe Latina. Maybe Latina.
There's like a
Other than
weird.
that.
There's like a weird double standard with like Latino women and black women. It feels like, I kind of putting myself out there a little bit. I feel like I don't date Latinas for the same reason a lot of younger black men don't date black women, because I've gotten to know my sisters and mother, and they can be a little out there emotionally. But from my understanding, there's kind of like a similar sentiment for younger black people. Like one of my exes talked about how her brother was dating, like he would date Indian women, Middle Eastern women, Latino women, but he wouldn't date black women. And when they talked about it, she felt like she understood the stigmas, but her mother and father were never like that. And then he told her, he was like, well, I'd date them if they were more like you. So she felt more insulted because she's like, wait, am I not black enough? But I do feel like there's like a double standard. Like sometimes Latinas are seen as like just spicy, where like black women are like seen as uppity or masculine for the same behaviors.
That's an interesting call out. I never thought of it like that, but that is seems true.
That's true.
Yeah. They're the same exact way.
Yeah.
100%. Same exact way.
Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna have to think on that more because it definitely is true. Now I'm gonna obsess over why it's true.
Yeah.
Like why is one received differently than the other?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Kiana.
Yeah. I would think it's maybe because you're associating a lot of different variables, not just the action that you're witnessing, but like the stereotype that you already have embedded in you.
Yeah.
So it's like confirmation that you are being aggressive.
Someone
Like
said, Shorty said because they say Shorty said because they say poppy. That might be true. That's where I was leaning to it in my head. It was like there's still a seductive element to it. Whereas with black women, the seductive element is removed. It just feels like it's just abrasive.
Yeah. Like imagine if that first caller you'd have to talk to today, imagine if she was Hispanic and not black. Like I imagine even the chat would have received her differently from the way she was talking and behaving in her call.
Right.
Just that shift in ethnicity. So
right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, as someone that grew up with Hispanic relatives, they're the same.
Right. That's very interesting.
Color skin's a little different.
See, I like little insights like that. Yeah, it makes you think.
Yeah.
Huh.
Might be the accent too. Might add a little spark because of it, but I don't know.
That's true. Because I've been into arguments like in relationship and they don't take me serious.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. They're like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's like, nah, I really can't understand you. It's like, I'm not being taken serious. No, honestly. Hence why, like, now I just disengage.
Did you feel like it was happening right now? Because Danny started laughing. Did you feel like that was happening right now? Because Danny started laughing. And she was like, no, really, guys. This is actually interesting.
I'm trying to be vulnerable.
But yeah, you're right. You're right with the accent being like an added factor to it. You're right.
Yeah, it
Because I'm
certainly
not
makes a
taking it
difference.
seriously.
It certainly
Because
makes a
when I
difference.
get angry, because when I speak English, right, I'm having a full blown translation happening in my head real time.
Okay.
So the more emotional I become, the less my brain is able to do that. So then my accent
Ooh.
gets thicker.
So shit get real goofy. It gets real goofy in the
Serious.
Imagine her pulling up her serious stepladder to get a little taller so she can seem more serious with the
Oh
accent.
boy. That must be hell. I can see the steam coming out of your ears in that moment too.
Because when I think about it, I don't think I've ever been called like aggressive.
Uh-huh.
Like if I look back, I don't think I've ever been called that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can I can be stern
Mm-hmm.
in my delivery, but I don't think I've ever been called that.
How tall are you?
I'm a 5'2" giant.
Okay, that's why. You're just too tiny.
Right.
You need a stepladder.
Yeah, her
Pretty
voice,
sure
there's no like bite to her voice either. You know what I mean? Her voice is kind of like it's very smooth.
Mouse. Yeah, I've been told that too.
Yeah. Hold on, not too much on what? Was like shortness or? Oh, it must be shortness. Okay, Kiara, how tall are you?
I am not fun size. I've seen people shorter than me.
No, you're fun size. Search and rescue. Yeah, Hannah never did come back. Hannah was on Danny's last time. I'll be back. I'm about to take a shower. I don't know if she drowned in it. I don't know what
Hannah's
happened.
outside. Okay, it's Thursday night.
Someone ass in the shower broke her hip.
Outside.
Hmm. Like the fun size. I actually like tall women too. I'll see a woman like sit something. I'm like, ooh, let me shoot. Let me shoot.
You say come
I
back
fancy
to
climbing a nice tree.
You just walk up to him and be like, up. It's like, that's the opener. But no, like I like tall women too. Not too tall. It gets goofy then. It gets goofy trying to make things work in the, you know.
with tall people?
Yeah,
Oh, with short people.
with tall people. Yeah, with tall
It's fun
women.
to climb a tree from time to time, right?
Nah, with certain situations, the angles ain't right.
Somebody said we're all the same height when we're laying down.
Yeah, if you're
I
laying
like
down,
picking
if you're
up my
laying down, it's
lady. I don't
fine.
want her
But
to hit the ceiling fan
if you're
when I pick her up.
not laying down, then it's we gotta do some geometry in this bitch. All right, how do we
I
get
don't want her
there?
head stuck in the ceiling when I pick her up, so she needs to be a good height for being picked up.
I had to be on my tiptoes one time, bro. I was getting calf.
Felt like Kevin Hart in that moment.
Getting like a Charlie horse in this bitch. I'm like, all
Did
right.
you have socks on?
Hmm?
You took them off.
The socks was off. My damn
You
tiptoes
tried
in this
telling her
bitch.
what to do. She said, "Grab a stepladder, say it to my face." I can't do this. I'm 5'10". I'm not. You can't be talking to me like this.
Right.
I'm out.
Working on your calf muscles.
Exactly, man. Like, how do we do this? Whoa. Ex-fiance. Umi was about to get married before. Sits in 4'11" is crazy. Sits
I don't
in
like tall
4'11" is
people.
wild.
It doesn't even make sense. No.
Yeah, because you reach their kneecaps. It wouldn't
Yeah,
make sense
no.
for you.
Anything over, I think the tallest I've dated was 6'2", and even that pissed me off.
Right.
Because one day he literally took a picture with me, and then like he put his elbow on top of my head to do a picture, and I didn't know that he did that because somebody took a picture for me. And then when I looked at the picture, I'm like, what the fuck would you do that? Like, who does things like that? Why? Yeah, I don't want super tall people.
Cece, where did you come from? Cece said I had 6'7", was disappointed. Why were you disappointed? She probably was disappointed. She thought everything was gonna be 6'7", and it wasn't.
It's giving. It's crossed to bear.
You saw that one area that did not have a growth spurt. That one area that refused to grow. I said,
6'7"
I'm going to
centimeters.
be tiny.
Bingo.
Oh,
Bingo.
tiny little baby carrot.
It all went to his legs.
Right? See.
Yeah, I'm more of an average. So tall height is not an issue for me. I'm an average type of person.
Right.
6 feet is too much even, because now I don't need to look up to the sky to see you.
That's the one comment I hate getting on my videos. There's a whole group of guys that think that you have to be tall to have any success with women. No, you do not live in the real world, bro. They do not care. I promise you, there's someone your height they've dated or shorter. Do you know how much that would clear up if guys could see the all the men and women have dated? They could just see, like, well, it would cause another problem too, because it's like, how many?
It hurt my feelings if I saw some of the guys they let crush.
Yeah, I would get offended. I'm like, wait, do you think I'm like this?
I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's your type. That's your type. Okay.
Actually, the reverse of that happened to me.
What?
When he saw the.
When he saw what? Uh-oh.
Oh, they got Eva.
My bad. Yeah, no, the reverse of that. When he saw the people that I dated, he was like, why are you with me?
Yeah, insecure?
Yeah, he got hell insecure. He was already anxious, and then now that was added on top of it.
Uh-oh.
That was not a good mix. Yeah, that was my mistake.
Yikes.
First of all.
I never felt that way. I always get a boost of pride and disappointment. I'm like, hey, this is new for you, huh? And also, why is this news for you? I don't like it. I don't like that, actually.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm settling now.
That doesn't work either. I feel like you have to stay in your range. Don't go too far off of, your median.
You gotta stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
You gotta stay in the pocket a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why they say, like, like what you can actually pull. It's not what you have. Like, people will look at like the outliers that they pull sometimes, right? So you're a guy and you pull like this gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And you're like, okay, I was able to pull her, so therefore, nope. What's the average? Like, what do you normally get? And then that's how you have to judge it. And then, I was about to say something, I lost train of thought. Anyway, yeah, that's how you have to look at, like, what your actual range is. And you know what? I think every man can get, like, a baddie. It just becomes a marketing problem. Meaning, like, if enough people know who you are, or enough one of them is going, bro. Like, one of them is like, I like your long nose. It actually does it for me.
It actually fucking does.
You know what I've realized though?
The people, I used to be very insecure about this when I was younger, but I learned that the women that like my nose actually love it. Like, don't touch it.
Your nose is fine, then.
Well, I wasn't talking about your nose.
Yeah, no, your nose is.
I was just saying it.
Yeah.
You thought I would come out and just say that flat out?
I know this.
No, I mean, like, in general, just any kind of feature. Like, there's guys who are like heavy set, and it's like, I promise you, there's like women out there because they don't understand how much variability people have when it comes to like attraction. Like, some people really are into some off the wall shit, and it's like you just have to know enough of those people, and eventually, statistically, you'll find one person that's like, oh, I actually like, that you're 5'3". I enjoy that.
You know what I also noticed with my ex? He was the last one on if I had to do a ranking, right? Funny enough, he was also the tallest one, but I knew him from like when we were children, so hence why I even entertained it. But nonetheless, one thing I noticed, and now I'm thinking that's why pretty girls like medium ugly guys, it makes you look prettier.
Yeah.
You stand out more.
But it's that, but also, like, it helps with polarity because really physically attractive guys, remember I said, like, women want to be cherished, right? The feminine wants to be cherished. You get, like, a really pretty guy, he also wants to be cherished. Look at the guys who, like, they make thirst traps. They'll make TikTok videos, like, lip syncing the lyrics of songs, doing the same type of content that women would make. It's look at me content.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Henry's here.
So it's like it's the look at me shit. It's even like the staring in the mirror. It's being too aware of your good looks, right? That's why you hear
Yeah,
women be like, he
becomes
knows,
unattractive.
like he knows, and they don't like the fact that he knows, and it's like you're just too aware of the fact that you look good. It should be like you carry yourself. You still look good. They like that, but it's like you don't value it. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Like it's not important to you. So it's like if you are a guy like that, you become way more attractive if like you play it like it's not. You're not trying.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
Type of thing.
yeah. Don't make it seem like you're trying. Like a lot of women, like men who are in good shape, right? They don't want to know that you are counting your calories. They're like, you know what I mean? Like being very meticulous about it. It's like, why are you trying so hard? I don't like that. Like, were you? So it's very
Like
interesting dynamic.
nonchalant with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I'm
They
okay
would
with.
rather believe that you just got like you were built like Thor because you was chopping wood all day, even though that would never happen. You know what I mean? Like you only look like Thor because you are living in the
woke
gym.
up like this. You didn't even work
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. They just don't like it. It's like they don't want to. It's a polarity thing. Like polarity is all about asymmetry, like playing different roles. So if she's the one that wants to be cherished, she doesn't want to be with someone who also wants to be cherished.
Competition. Yeah, I don't want to compete with you.
Right. So how can we
Who's the
both?
body?
How can we both want to be stared at right now?
Yeah,
Right.
you're right. I mean, medium uglies do have great personalities.
Say it again.
I just medium uglies, they have great personalities. Like it's like there's something attractive. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that I've noticed that you stand out more
It's more
when you compare it to who you're next to. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
no,
the
that's-
illusion of you looking better.
Yeah, it's mostly. I mean, both those things are true, but I think also with the medium ugly thing, it's like typically have better personalities because you have to have a better personality, right? But then the polarity is intact because the medium ugly person is not looking to be cherished
Yeah.
at the same time. So it's just
Right.
it's a stronger magnetic pull, even though objectively, if you look at pictures of these people side by side, well, that person's way more physically attractive, but I'm more attracted to this person, right? Basically, don't want a man who looks better than you. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's not even just about look better. It's also the behavior, right? But then sometimes you can look. I'm assuming you can look at somebody and then, based on how they look, you know they behave a certain way.
You know. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just
yes.
know they behave this way. You know when they walk past a mirror, they're looking at it. You know what I mean?
they're attention seekers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can tell. Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like you just gotta be. And guys, I don't like that. I'm sure if I made that into a video, dudes would be like, "Fucking panderer." I'm like, I promise you, bro. I'm just explaining to you. Do what you want to do. Just explaining to you the dynamics at play. Do with that what you will. But that is how it's perceived, and that's why it's a turnoff. But there are some women who like it, and the women who like it tend to be more masculine. Not masculine in terms of the women who value looks the most tend to be masculine women. Not their looks, the look of the person they're with.
Interesting.
They tend to be more masculine.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Even if they're
I
like
was gonna
girly
say,
in their presentation, even if they're like, but like their orientation to reality is in a masculine way, like they're like focused on making progress and all that kind of stuff. They tend to like men who are like that, right?
And that's kind of like the thought I had back when I had that paper about like the dating app impressions versus like the in-person impressions, where like women started to evaluate partners the same way they kind of look like same way men started looking at it, and it seems like they had more of a masculine orientation in terms of evaluating their partners, just from excessive use of the apps, and this even prolonged into dates they were going on, in-person encounters after use of the dating apps. So it does seem like, yeah, and that's a very aesthetics oriented vetting process, They're looking based on looks and aesthetics, and they're going after, I guess, prettier men would be the term, or men that want to be cherished or just conventionally look good. So it makes sense. It kind of aligns with that. I've been calling it cyber psychosis because I feel like it goes in line with like social media use excessive video game use, porn consumption. I feel like there's just a negative effect with prolonged usage of digital stuff.
I think so. I think there's definitely an impact to the psyche that it has for sure. I don't know. I mean, I guess the verdict is still out as far as like how dating apps have affected
Yeah.
us, but
But it does make sense that more masculine oriented women kind of prefer those men that like being cherished, or those men that have more conventionally good looks.
mm-hmm. Like to a high degree though. We're talking about like
Yeah.
almost like you belong on a
Pretty face.
like you belong on like a cover of a romance novel. We're not talking about like just genuine like general handsome. We're talking about like the guy like the male equivalent of an IG model. Those guys.
Oh, okay, I got
We're
it.
talking about those kind of like those women. They really flock to. It's not just saying only masculine women like those men. It's also women who are looking at the partnership as like, they treat relationships like it's a handbag. Now, some women have kids, and it's like you don't really want kids; you just wanted a kid. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea.
Like you don't want to be a mother; you want a baby.
The use,
Right.
that the status upgrade that you're getting.
Yes.
Aesthetic of it.
Yes, perfect example. So it's the status upgrade of dating a man like that. So it's like those are like the feminine women who aren't necessarily masculine, but they still would go for guys like that. I worked with a girl like that who she would not leave this guy. He treated her horribly, and she wouldn't leave him alone because she was like being with him makes her. It affirms an identity that she wants to have. You know what I mean? It's proof that like, okay, I can, have a guy like this. She wasn't really into the connection
Yeah.
for real. It just was
Right.
what she was getting from it, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, that's why when I see like this looks matching shit, I'm like, yes, to a point, but not to the point that y'all are making. I've seen people like telling guys to put makeup on and shit now. Doing all
Yeah, I've
kinds,
seen
all
that.
kinds of shit, bro. Like, look, I don't know if you know about the looks match community or like the black pill. It's just basically saying that the black pill states that looks are all that matters, right? So,
Right.
which has some truth to it, but it's not just totally true. Which are the most dangerous lies, the one that have truth to them. So, looks matching,
Still my foundation with fighting.
right? Looks matching has levels to it, but at the highest levels, it's like they have names for it. Like soft matching is going to the gym. Hard matching is getting surgery. So there's guys who are hard matching, get like double jaw surgery, shit like that. Guys have eye bags that like start putting like makeup on it to kind of like make it kind of not be so obvious.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, they'll create micro breaks in their bone structure so that when it heals, it's more pronounced, like their cheekbones and stuff. They will stuff their
Crazy.
shoes, put lifts in their shoes and stuff like it's a lot of things that they do in order to just appear.
Or they'll get that leg extension surgery if
Right.
they're obsessed with height. Break their leg bones and have them like braced
The guy who got
for
that,
like 2 inches.
the first dude who got that, they got a lot of notoriety. Like, I want to say he said he regretted it because he didn't get as much of a reality shift as he thought he would.
Right. Looks like a daddy long legs.
Yeah,
That's a tall
because
leg.
the healing time is like,
disproportionate with your arms, though. Is it
Yeah.
something
well,
that
with
you have, like,
him,
tiny
with
arms
that
and
guy,
arms?
it was almost like he was cursed with small legs. Because when he got the surgery, I'm like, you look, his wingspan matched his new height.
Oh.
Like I have like a short,
Torso.
I have a short torso, so I would be a daddy long legs out of this bitch if I got height surgery. I would be all legs. It just would not look good.
Look like Oscar Proud.
I'm just Penny, mama. Facts. So it's like, yeah, like they take that shit overboard. It's gonna be a big moneymaker too, just the beginning, because like now, they've already convinced women that they need to do all this shit to themselves. So now like, oh, men are also open to this? Well, let's double down on that. and sell them
That's
as
some
many
Black
products.
Mirror.
Say what?
Crazy stuff.
That's some Black Mirror type shit.
Uh-huh.
Like literally, that's kind of what the episode's about. So it's scary that we have to do that.
Right. It's definitely happening, but like that's what a lot of people comment. A lot of the comments on my videos of like them pushing back is height or looks. Is one of the two. It's height. I'm not tall enough, bro. It's only for guys who are 6'2". It's either height or it's some look shit, man. So like in my industry, it's like you pick one side or the other. Either you're like pro looks or against looks, and that's like the two sides at war that you have to kind of like pick a side on. I'm more of the mind of behavior, but the critique that I get is that I'm handsome. Like when they were like, when I first started making videos, they were like, "Would you actually look nice?" I'm like, well, "You got me there, bro." Actually, that's the one critique. That's the one thing you can say where I'm like, I don't really have a response for it. I may have to like put prosthetic on and go out here with like a Steve Harvey mustache and a fat ass nose. See if I can yield the same results. But doing the hip thrust where the bar was not moving.
Reverse catfish.
Reverse catfish.
But honestly, it's really that simple. Women just want you to be taller than them. So
Yeah.
if you're short, go after short women. You'll find one, I promise.
It's a safety thing, right? It's like
You'll find one.
it's a safety thing. It's also a status thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's also a genetic thing. Like if you're shorter, you want to make up for your genes. So like if you're 5 foot, if you're Hannah, you're like, well, I need my offspring to not be 5 foot, or else they're gonna die. I can't have a 5 foot son, or he's gonna have a hard time out here. So let me get with this 6'3" guy and make someone 5'8", right? So there's reasons for it. People are like, why do these short women want the? It's not the tall women saying they want the tall men. It'd be the short ones. It'd be shorty stop at your kneecap.
Which is so funny.
What do you mean? If I can't look him straight in his face, I can't take him.
He did nothing for me.
He was 6'2".
You rolled a nat 1 on height.
Bro, CJ, imagine my feel. Like I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9". When I was born, I was a big ass baby. I was a big ass baby, and they told my mother, he's like, oh, he's in like the 90th percentile. Like he's gonna be really tall. So imagine me like, and I was like in middle school, I played like center and shit. I was taller than everybody. I hit my growth spurt like real early, so I was always taller than everybody. In high school, it's like people just like, oh shit, you're getting up there, Marcus, right? And it just stopped. So I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, another one's coming. Obviously, I'm like a junior high school, like any day now, another growth spurt. Because what the doctor said when I was born was 90th percentile. So obviously, eventually, it's gonna kick. Never kicked in. Never kicked in.
Get the money back. I should get a refund.
It's never kicked in, bro. You know what's even messed up? I look exactly like him. See, like you're literally like a Whopper Jr. Like your father.
Whopper Jr. You see the second, he's literally a junior.
Son of a baconator over here.
My bad, CJ. I ain't know that joke was gonna
Damn,
hit like
I'm
that.
sorry.
I didn't know it was gonna hit like that, brother. My apologies. Cece, where did you come from? Also, been quiet the whole day.
She's been here.
I ain't been seeing Cece commenting. It's up like 10 minutes ago. Hannah's exhausted from throwing ass. Just cheeks being like, today drained me.
I told you Aunt Hannah was outside.
Yeah, Hannah's always outside.
Yeah.
That girl was outside having a good old time.
Hannah is always outside. I know homeless people that ain't outside as much as Hannah is. That's a fact.
Paying all that rent just to be outside.
Mm-hmm. You seen the video she put like her doorbell camera, where it's just like a compilation of her, and this is like in 2 days.
Those videos.
Yeah, but it's like 2 days worth of content, right? Like it's you would think that's like a week. You know, it's 2 days. She just changed her outfit so many times. Kept coming back home, changing and going back out again.
Stop going back so much on
Don't,
camera.
don't come for my girl.
Almost
She,
You're
you
about
know,
to get banned again.
the men are outside. They're not in their house.
Cece be
It's
on
not
the
going to be the Amazon driver.
Cece be on the worst panels of all time. I was on Cece's panels. They were like, "What's better, the Bowberry biscuit or the Cheddar Bowl biscuit?" Well, I get the Cheddar Bowl biscuit because I've been getting the Cheddar Bowl biscuit since I was a kid. I love the Cheddar Bowls. Oh, the Cheddar Bowls are delicious. I'm like, Cece, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why is this a discussion? I don't understand. So I popped into so many of her lives thinking something was being said like interesting, and that's Cheddar Bowls. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm fucking out of here. And then there's like four. There's like four people.
Apples and bananas, and I have to hop off.
There's like 4 people in the live, so I'm like, I think people notice I'm here, so let me get the fuck out. You ever been like an Instagram live where it's like nobody in there, and then you pop in, it's like one. You're like, I gotta get the fuck out of here as soon as possible.
You're looking at the shirt like eye to eye.
Right. Right.
I was never here. I'm sorry, Cece. I should not be laughing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Danny's not helping. Tell him to stop.